Okay, nice.
Wonderful. Live?
Yep.
All right. Konya Hakwadam. Face the east. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Call Lord Yamlah.
Call Lord Yahweh.
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 Bashem.
Bashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Bashem.
Bashem.
Rakah.
Rakah.
Quadash.
Quadash.
All right. Of course, all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. His name is Yahweh. And the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. And the name of the Spirit, Holy, or the Holy Spirit. And of course, give a double honor to our apostles and elders, the elder bishops. All right. And great millstone who love, peace and salutation to you elect. All right, Kwam Yasha Allah, of course, Rise Israel, Habak Yayam Shal Yasha Allah, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, we are in a time of prophecy. All right, yo, we so hyped as prophets that before this even cut on, we already started in camp. Yeah. So we just gonna go all right in the spirit. We just gonna continue on. So you know, I'm gonna let the brother right there start what a prophecy you got in the spirit, and we just gonna run from right there. And you know, y'all. You know, you go right there, man. You know what? Yep, Zebulun 4 and 1. Yep. Sorry, shall I actually, you know, I'm grabbing Malachi 4 and 1. All right, so as
This is Malachi 4 and 1. For behold, the day cometh that it shall burn as an oven, and all the proud day, all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
And let's talk about World War III, man. With the thermonuclear missiles is to be shut off. Okay? Because best believe in your lifetime, this place America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, man. We're living in that age, man, the nuclear age. All right? Wars are not fought, all right, through just battles and shield and buckler, as the scriptures say no more. It's going to be built through fuel of fire, all right? And they're going to start drafting motherfuckers too, man. You know? Except we're living in the time of war. Okay? So we're not in the time of peace anymore, man. Hasn't been peace in the earth since Esau been fucking ruling, man. It's a time of war.
Revelation 11, verse 14. The second woe was passed. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Yeah, World War II already passed. All right? And guess what? The third world's woe, the third world war is coming quickly. We're seeing it, man. All right, brothers, seeing what's going on over there in the Middle East. Spirit happy because you in your mind you always picture that Middle East area. But Spirit had me go into this week. I typed in certain key words and asked where's Gomer at? Where's Gog at? Which we know there's Russian, but these specific of what areas these things are in. Okay? And the scriptures talk about Persia, Libya, which is like the northern western part of northeastern part of Africa, which when you go into the biblically, that'll be considering Egypt and all that too. Okay? You know, these are just certain things that's going on as all prophecies come into pass.
Yes, it did. Because after World War II, something called Operation Paperclip, where 1,600 German scientists half went to Russia and half came to America. To do what? To assemble these weapons to bring forth the day of judgment, thermonuclear destruction. Right. A great day of reckoning. The Lord's indignation. And this is where we at now. Because we witnessing Iran basically wreak havoc on the small habits with those weapons that those scientists created. Scripture talk about that the weak say I'm strong. Because back then, Iran, which is the Persians, didn't have that technology that basically hurt anybody. You know what I mean? Now they have the technology and they're showing the world this is a prelude to what is going to happen here in America.
But the Lord had it to where Ishmael wasn't going to be able to be conquered, man. You know? Especially the brother was before we come on the camera, the brother was going into how that area is even set up.
Yeah, man.
You know? That area is set up where you can't conquer it. The Russians tried before the I think it was World War II. The Russians tried to come in there and take it over, they failed. Britain tried to go in there and take it over, they failed. Even America tried to go in there and they failed, man. Why? Because the Lord has set a spirit over that area, man. You know, an angel over that area. You ain't gonna be able to conquer that that area, man. Plus, Ishmael's known as the madman. Okay? You done destroyed their leader, the supreme leader, and made him a martyr in their eyes. So they about to go all out. You know? We just waiting, as we say, waiting for the Panamanians to gather with the rest of them, man. You know, for all the Arab nations to come together and come against America, man. All right, that's what we're waiting on.
Yeah, Alexander conquered them, took it over, but he didn't go into the interiors of Iran.
Yeah,
You got to go over mountainous regions. Then they got deserts on the east side.
That's right.
So they thinking that they're going to take their troops and send them to Iran. That's not possible.
Nope.
And the wise men of the American military gave Donald Trump counsel not to involve yourself in this war. And what did he do? He fired them.
Yep.
He went in anyway.
That's right.
Yeah. This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day is coming that all that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wicked shall be stubble.
That's right.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts.
And what can turn men into stubble? Instantaneously. Because you say what? Their tongues are consumed away in their mouths, in their eyes, and their holes. What can do that? Thermonuclear fire. Okay? Can literally wipe a man while he's standing. We know that Russia has the largest and the most powerful one on the planet. All right, they said they detonated, it's called the Tsar bomb, but they got two worse than that. It's called the Satan and the Satan 2. Okay? So we're living in a time, man, because who's going to back Iran? Russia and China.
Yep.
All right?
North Korea.
North Korea, yeah, we're making
boy.
fun all this week.
Yeah.
North Korea is just like sad that he can't get into the war right now. But guess what? He's going to get his time because his father made a vow, which is really the spirit of the Lord that hopped on him, that he will destroy America, man. You know?
And the soldiers over there, there's articles, and soldiers over there said this is God's divine plan.
Yeah.
So this is the Most High's plan.
Well, guess what? Who they got that from? The servants, the prophets. That's who they got the message from. Okay? That this war has to happen. All right? And it's going to be the destruction of America, man. Yeah, hold that real quick. Yeah.
Let's talk about Zechariah 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that are fought against Jerusalem.
We call it a plague.
Yeah.
You know, something that overwhelms and infests the people. When that thermonuclear fire comes, nothing you can stop it, man. Only way you're getting out of that is if you're the elect of the nation of Israel, man. And you're going to be going through the fire to the chariots, man. If you're not, you're getting wiped clean. You know?
It says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Your flesh consuming away, all right? If you know we're consuming away, you know? Your flesh consuming away while you're on your feet, okay? And we're about to get that word consumed because you gotta look these words up. What these prophets is really the message that they're trying to convey, okay? You gotta go into the language, man, all right? It said, what? Your flesh of a man can simmer away while he's on his feet. And what can do that? Only a thermonuclear missile can, man. All right? Burn you alive, man. Consume you. No, that's all good. You know? This is one of those things that we have to go into because we're living in the time right now, man. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, it behooves you if you turn back to the God of the Bible, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the true name of the Lord called Jesus Christ.
It says, H4743, it says to decay, to pine away, to rot.
It says what? To decay, to pine away, to rot while you're on your feet. Okay? And that's beautiful. Because that's what he was seeing. You know? That's what he was seeing, man. All right, when the body decomposes and literally folds and melts into itself, he saw a man on his feet and just consume away like maggots fucking eating at him, but in high times speed, man. You know? Decomposing on his feet, man. What can do that to an individual, man? Okay?
The movie Terminator.
Oh yeah, it's Sarah Connor. Yeah. That's literally decomposing while she's on her feet. On the fence, and brothers always saying the spirit that what her skin went off. Her muscle got blown off, her sinews got blown off, all the way down to the bone. And guess what? Even when she's in her bones, say you still can hear her screaming. The Lord had her spirit still in that goddamn body, man. That's what's gonna happen to 2/3 of our people. These heathens, Esau, Edom here in America, man. Okay? that's what was written that brothers was reading, man. All right, keep it on one more time.
It says, middle of Zechariah 12, between 14 and 12, it said, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
So he, when the person you see the fire, it's painful. So they over, all of that gone. Eyes gone. You know? I don't think they had like a little simulation on YouTube. You can type it in, and it tells you each distance what will happen to your body going to people that laugh, man. Why didn't you see this? Yeah, John. You know, and they said at one point, if it hit, if you're in point blank range of it, you incinerate immediately. You know, but that's the easy way out to be right in front of you, right? That's the easy way out to be right at the center of it. The worst is if you're further out. That fire is gonna come and it's gonna hit you. But mind you, what you know that according to the scriptures, we get that of the 200,000. And we'll get back to our fashion spirit. We gotta get this. This is gonna hit this place 200,000. All right, that's overkill for America. The Lord is gonna destroy this place with double nuclear missiles, man. When you look into that number, like I believe it's like 200 million divided by 50. It's like how many warheads per fucking state? It's overkill, man. One warhead can already destroy like 2 to 3 cities, man.
Yep, I got it. Yep. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 9. All right, and hey, you know, since it's prophecy, we gotta kind of go a little bit ahead. All right, so this is Revelation chapter 9. Because the reason we end, hey, that's where a lot of this the Lord is appointing these different armies to go down to. All right, so this is Revelation chapter 9, and this is verse. I'm gonna start at 12. Dang. Yeah, it says, one woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter.
So more World War. So World War I passed, okay, and World War II came. But guess what? After World War II, and the second war was passed, and the third war comes quickly. Okay, right after.
It says, and the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High, saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
That's right.
So that's why the Euphrates is drying up. And the elders went into it last night, and it showed that the Euphrates River turned into an omega, the symbol omega, the end.
Yeah, the end, yeah.
Yeah.
You know Yahweh Shai. And man, you coming to destroy the Gentiles coming, right? You know, the Lord, it say Revelation, the 1st chapter, right? I am the Alpha and Omega. You know, you got the I and the Thah, you know, in the Hebrew.
Because I looked into the land, you know, the Valley of Jehoshaphat is from the place Megiddo all the way down to Jerusalem. All over God. That whole area is called Valley of Jehoshaphat. That's going to be where all those nations are going to sit there in battle. And the Lord said He's going to destroy them.
Yeah. It says, and the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the 3rd part of men.
Right? 3rd part of men is the wicked. Right? Because you got the sons of God, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked, and it was going to destroy them. Okay?
Edomites.
These Edomites, man. Okay?
Wait.
It's evident right here in the scriptures, man. We're breaking it down, man. You know? Like I said, the Spirit had me look it up this week of what does the Valley of Jehoshaphat even look like.
That's where it started out, and that's what it is now.
Yep.
The beginning and the end.
Yeah, you see it right there.
Yeah, dried up.
Yep. Yeah.
There's gonna be battles.
Yeah.
You know? You can only imagine what's gonna happen in here. Which we really ain't gonna know until later. You know what was going on down there. You know, because we gonna be over here in America. You know, but you gotta have troops from America be sent all over that place along with other troops from different nations, and they're gonna fight in that land, man. You know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and you got it. Even with you got with Ukraine. you know, which is Tiny Tops again, you know, and that was yeah, you go into that history. Those are just never Tiny Tops and such. All right, you have it with them. They actually can they use some of their weaponry over there in Iran, U.S. because U.S. is, you know, their ammunition is limited.
Yep.
All right, you remember you got to get the munitions all over there, right?
Yep.
You know, and you know, obviously the United States, they have what? As the scripture talk about, he needed to keep it at home. So he have, of course, different bases and stuff, but certain of these bases have only what? A certain supply and stuff. All right, and as the brother had went into how the Lord has set up them them hills and such, and them different valleys and mountains and stuff. Yo, like you watch like Outpost, y'all watch some of the military movies and stuff like that. Man, they was over there just seeing it, and they like, it's just like, y'all just a sitting duck target.
Yeah.
You know, just for them to, of course, and you in their own backyard. You know, so it's like, yo, they got home court advantage. Mm-hmm. You know, they know every crick and crevice. I know y'all, of course, got different technology and such, but just look at what the Lord has done. He already enabled both sides to this war. As we go into Yahweh is a man of war, and Yahweh is his name. All right, and he's a what master, general, captain. You know, with strategically putting both sides and arming them for the battle, man. Yeah.
And also, Ukraine has been participating in drone warfare with Russia.
Yeah.
So they them out.
Yeah.
So they want to build a cheaper quality weapon that can help destroy the drones. And so they call them Ukraine.
Check the site real quick. The circle came up.
Let's see real quick. All right. Hold up. We just got to check this.
Let's see if it's still on. I'm not going to touch it yet.
Yep. Yeah, it should still be on. Look like it's on. Yeah, it's on. Go ahead. You can continue. Yep.
Got it.
Yeah. So, and then you have it where even United States, they repurposing using Iranian drones, of course. Right, for what? Yeah. And yeah, they're repurposing different of them drones that Iran got for their purposes over there in Iran. All right? Which, remember, Esau's the sword anyway, so he gonna use anything that he could get his hands on to keep, of course, fueling that war, that battle. Okay?
But you got Russia, like you said, Russia and China funding them through proxy. You know? Yeah. So, like, where are they getting a lot of these weapons from? A lot of those weapons are not even American-grade weapons.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. They Russian-grade weapons or Chinese-grade weapons. You know? This is where you say this is gonna be World War III because you got the major powers backing these little people, man.
Yeah.
And then they gotta get involved.
Yeah.
So we're living in the time, man.
And you continue on, and it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
That's right, 200 million. Okay? 200 million warheads, man. Okay? The Lord. And it's beautiful, man, because if I'm going to do the little math real quick.
4 million. I did it. I divided the 200 million by 50 states, right?
Yeah. Oh, so it's, damn. Whoa, you said so.
I said, well, in case I got my calculations wrong, I divided 50 times 200 million.
Yeah.
It said 4, but
You got to do 200 million. 200 million.
divided by 50 states.
Yeah, damn. See, hey, that's overkill.
That was 4, right?
Yeah. 4. That means 4 million warheads for each fucking state, man. That's crazy. So ain't gonna be nothing like Scripture. Ain't gonna be nothing left. No roots, no branch. Okay.
Yeah, because in each missile, it got different. In each warhead, it got additional missiles inside of the warhead. And they showed that. I watched the TikTok video of Moab that basically gave us a visual on the type of missiles that the Iranians are using in Israel right now. And their interceptors is only programmed to shoot down one missile. But what it is when the warhead get close to the target, it releases like 80 additional missiles.
Cluster.
Yeah, cluster. When you read Revelation, they talk about it look like stars falling from heaven.
Yeah, so, you seeing it like, they getting through. I was seeing them, so then, like, you know, you have it where also Western media ain't gonna show you all this destruction
That's right.
that's going over there in the state of Israel. All right, even in some of the different bases, the different areas in that region that Iran is attacking. You had like I did a lesson about how you had like basically a cloud center was struck, and it made an outage where Amazon wasn't working on. I think that was Friday or Thursday, and such. And so these things are happening where you're gonna have it. Infrastructure is gonna be compromised. You had the brother was speaking about also with the Strait of Hormuz and such, which you have in as we go into about 20% of the global oil and exports go through, of course, that particular strait, all right, which is tight, okay, and with Iran, there, and put that at a halt, okay. You have it. That's going to affect the global economy.
Sure.
Okay.
So it caused America to basically collapse with the GDP. That whole area, Dubai and all them, tourist areas, holds a bulk of America's basically stock, wealth. They put a lot of stock into those areas. So if those shits fail, the American economy fails. The fucking gas prices are going up, or shooting through the roof. Your food prices are going to shoot through the roof. Anybody that's over there that goddamn lives will starve to death. All right, if they're not hit with a fucking missile first. Okay, all right. And like I said, here in America, in the mainland, people are going to feel it so hard that it's going to go into the part of Second Ezra, man. Second Ezra chapter 16. Okay, and in 15. Right, what says what? Let's grab it real fast. 15 and I believe it's verses 17 on down. Okay, where it tells you that because of food and tribulation, all right, it's gonna be a neighbor's not gonna have no pity upon his neighbor. All right, how's that gonna happen? Because food shortages. You gotta go ahead.
I'll start at 14.
Yeah, go ahead. Start 14.
This is second Exodus 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. There's gonna be nothing but death and destruction. You said in Ezekiel chapter 7, the evil and only evil behold is come. Okay? So we only coming into bad times. But the Lord said amongst those bad times, I will deliver you from the same. So we have nothing to worry about if we stick to the script and stay faithful to Yahweh by Shemi, man. Okay?
It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another.
And that's not only just race riots, but that's these different countries too. Kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. Okay? You got people over here in America that are Iranian, right? And then you got some of them that are happy, but some of them are pissed off, man, because they're Muslim. And they're like, well, that's what you just turned their leader into a martyr. So now they hold him up as this guy of who we need to follow. If I have to, because the guy said in the video, the Asian dude, what's his name? Jinping, whatever his name is, that the thing about the Iranians is that they're stubborn. The Lord made them that way, man. That they're willing to die for what they believe in.
Yeah, right? What they call that?
The Shia. Yeah, the Shia Muslims, right? Yeah. Ain't these fake ass Muslims here in fucking Babylon the Great, man. They really believe in that shit, man. They believe like as soon as I'm gonna be the highest honor if I die for my shit. And that spirit is gonna be placed upon them, and it is placed upon them right now. They're willing to die for what they believe in, man. This is all the spirit of the Lord, man. Right? So you know that?
It says, for they shall be sedition amongst men. Actually, let's try 15 again. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another.
Sedition amongst men, uprising against governments. Okay? Alright? It says swords in their hands is a time of war. Okay? The modern day sword is the gun, the missile. Okay? The launch codes. Alright? These are the quivers, the arrows, alright, the swords. That's the time that we're living in. We're living in a time of war. Okay? World War III to be exact, man.
They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power.
Now that's going to come over to America too. Meaning what? There's going to be all lawlessness in the land. Why? Because like he's going into the GDPs and these different countries, it's going to cause the global economy to collapse. So when a man can't feed his family because he goes to the store to go buy bread, and one loaf of bread is $60 fucking, all right? He's gonna clock you upside the head because he needs to feed his family, man. All right? And if there's no food, guess what? He's gonna cook your ass. You know, and feed him and his family, man. We're living in some crazy times. It's really about to get bad, man. And guess what? The men of the Lord not gonna be out here for that much longer, man. The famine of the word is gonna come to pass, man. Okay? It's more than that.
That's of course. The 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able to.
Not only just because of martial law, because what gas prices, bro. Flights are gonna be canceled. You can't. The average flight, if they still have flights, instead of $200, it's gonna be $3,000 to get to another state.
Yeah, you still may not be able to get out there.
Yeah.
You know, because you had to wear, I believe, a Keisha over there. She was in, what's she in Dubai or something? She tried to book three flights with three different airlines, and they all got canceled. All right. So like you trying to up your probability of being delivered out of that region? No. All right. And we already warned you. You know what I mean? Like the mirth. All right. All of that is ceasing. Okay. And that it's a time, of course. That one that buy it be as though he lose.
Yep.
Okay? It's not, we're not in that time of all of that, okay?
Sure.
You know what I mean? You're in the time of staying put and being a pilgrim, but of course, as we do know, you know what I mean, the major judgment is gonna happen here in America, all right? But you have to first, spiritually flee out of this place, all right? Yeah, you can't, y'all got, look, again, the moment of Israel, that got struck in this particular, hit with Iran and such, okay? Where Israelites is, you know, and they rolling over there, and that nuclear strike has been compromised again. All right, well, that goes to go and show you what these people, hey, y'all better get these right breakdowns from, of course, the Apostle of the Great Millstone, because if you're going to be following counsel, it's only going to get you, destroyed. That's right? Confusion. That's right.
Each person church is like a prophecy.
Oh.
They have to come to us.
Yeah.
They've been playing around since we've been here.
Yeah. Right.
Prosperity, love. And their prophecies don't line up with the reality that's happening in the world.
Because it's false prophecy, man. The prophecies that they speak of are going to come to naught. While the Lord, through the Holy Spirit put on his men, well, these prophecies are going to come to pass that we're reading right now, and they are. All right, keep reading on that.
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city, should not be able to, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Because of the pride, all right, the cities, meaning people in these cities, these towns, all right, these states, they're going to be so proud that the Lord's going to bring sudden destruction upon them, because America's pushing, oh yeah, we're winning the war, just stand the third, peace, peace, peace. The scriptures say, well, when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction going to come, man. So we know something's up, man. Plus they had that weird ass dude with the property of Allah shirt on and shit. You know, that weird, all that weird energy. Psyop shit, man. But we already seen it coming, all right? We're in the time of Jacob's trouble. All this is coming together. The prophecies are going to be happening simultaneously, man. You know? And you're going to know that there's a prophet among you.
Yeah. Second Ezra 8, verse 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. You know, we're in the land of the proud. We saw Edom. This is his resting place. And 2/3 of our people are like their father the devil. Prideful like him. So great miseries will come upon all the proud. The scriptures talk about he who is raised in heaven is like a child who humbles himself. So the minute Lord we humble, our face is already to the ground. So when the destruction comes, it's going to come over top right. The 2/3 of our people.
They're going to be amazed. You know, the rose that she saw, they can be amazed. In the wintertime, time of our uplifting. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
I've been watching out in LA camps like we're about to win.
Yeah, we are winning.
Yeah, we win. Well, it's written that we won. You know, we just gotta play this out.
That's right.
You know?
Win.
Yeah, man.
We just gotta play it out, but it's written as it is written. We won already. You know, we just gotta play it out. Lord's gonna be a part of the elect. The victory is already there. You know, we just waiting for the Lord to really show us. All right, Lord, you said it was gonna happen. You know, show us how you really meant it to be. You know, and it's gonna be a theatrical moment, man. How this place is gonna go down, man. Better than fucking movies, man. You know, but we're living in a time of death and destruction. But the Lord said He's gonna deliver us from the same troubles, man. You know. And, you know, that last trouble, man, He's going to deliver us from the thermonuclear missiles when they shot off, man. Okay?
It says, because their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Men shall be afraid. Can the brother hold Jeremiah 51 and 30?
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Why? Because of a certain thing that's going to happen in the earth. Okay? Because right now, people ain't just kicking in people's doors regularly. You know? That's like it's still like a rare occasion. You know? It's not an everyday thing.
For they shall destroy the house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
And that starts off with not only just losing plants here in America, but what? The whole economy is crashing, man. Right? When you can't pay for food, pay for basic things, gas, utilities, heat, water, everything's connected to the electrical grid, so we don't know how they're going to play that out. Okay? Everything, a man is going to do whatever he pleases to do, and nobody's going to be able to stop him, man. And that's going to be what? Spirits created for vengeance is going to be let loose like a motherfucker out here, man. You know?
I was just saying, what y'all was saying about gas and how food is going to go down. We're just going to put the spirit on us to be pilgrims upon the earth, right? For our own safety. So we might have to have angels or brothers or whatever happens. We're going to be protected by Yahweh by outside traveling on our way. Right? Like, what's this? What's the scripture said? I have no sight of faith. Said it
We have no confidence in the flesh.
No confidence in the flesh, right?
We live by faith.
Come.
You know, so we gotta trust in the Lord. The Lord, at the end of the day, is gonna make things happen. You just gotta believe.
There we go. No, we walk by faith, not by sight. So
I had a feeling you was gonna. That's
said
what
in
you
the
meant.
book of Eli, he said, "Man, we walk by faith, not by sight." She didn't understand what he meant, but spiritually, we have to walk by faith, man, because we're not going to use a map or a GPS. We have to rely on the Lord. Every action, faith, it has to be. The spirit has to be like your
God.
You're directing your God.
The Lord says He's a guide to them that keep His commandments and wishes. That's what we're gonna back that next chapter.
Jeremiah 51 and 30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight.
Yeah, they forborne to fight, man. They refuse. All right, that's why you got everybody now. A draft? Well, if I get drafted, I'm gonna start fragging. Fragging basically means you're gonna start killing your own people in the fight. A lot of that's gonna happen too with them. You know, imagine them all being fearful and like, oh shit, we getting bombed, this, that, and third. And all of a sudden, they look up in the sky and they see a fucking chariot. They gonna stop what they doing according to the scriptures. They gonna fight the Lord. You know,
And also those mighty men know that America is basically being controlled by Israel. We had a Marine basically came against, basically saying he don't want to fight for the Israelis. And God is more important.
Yeah, I seen.
The
Yeah.
book is on. So they're going to forborn the mighty men that have knowledge of what's going on in the world. They ain't going to participate in this stupid ass war. This is all wars are beggars wars. It's only benefiting the small hatters.
Tiny tots. Yeah, look up that word forborn.
It says page 2308. The law is to stop, to cease.
Yeah, to cease. Yeah, to stop. They're not gonna want to fight. The average American said, you guys fight. You got on TikTok, you got a chick in the comments, fight for a country that ate me, fight for a country that put me in slavery, fight for a country that guess what? You saying all that shit. If you ain't part of the elite, you going over there, bro. You getting drafted.
Oh yeah, they what they drafting? The age is what? The 39?
Yeah, the 39.
Yeah, 39. So, you know, I'm like thinking like, yo, like, you know, you might be in your early 30s. So yeah, I just made it. Nope. Hey, put you right there. Put you right on the plane. Select the service. Put you right on the plane.
They grabbing any able body.
That's just what they tell you.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Get in there, man. You see the wars, right? They come after you, you know, and get you like they did in Ukraine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lack of men over there. You know, left and such, you know?
Snatching them out of the streets.
You know? You have to go to war.
They're going to empty these prisons out. All you lifers, 40s, 60s, come on out. You want to get free? Jump in the plane if you make it back for free. Yeah. And also, you immigrants that came over there that took that perilous journey, signed up too.
Yeah. They put you in
Want to
there.
get your citizenship? Put this uniform on.
Yeah.
Go over there and come back a citizen.
They dumbass. Okay, but yeah. Put on the fucking suit. And the Lord gonna ship you over to the fucking Middle East for you to get screwed.
Right.
You just touched ground 13 minutes of fucking drone
That's
to get
it.
your ass.
That's it. That quick, you done lost the arm, done lost your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fucking, you know, Ishmael fucking over here laughing their ass off, carving you up and shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some crazy things to 2/3 of our people, man. Alright? And these Edomites over there too, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's about to be a whole horror film for the for 2/3 of our people, whether you be here in America and perish, or if you go over to the Middle East and fight that war. Because if you live and don't die, guess what? Who you gonna have to fight? You got to fight against the Lord. You know?
Yeah, they already censored the death toll. They're saying there's only 6 American soldiers that died.
That's
but
a lot,
but deep,
yeah.
it's like 100,000.
It's more, it keep rising, man.
And Salakia too, brother, real quick. The women that was dancing, the army women that was doing all that sexy dancing, they not just gonna kill them right away. They might grab them. There you go. They exactly.
It says, Jeremiah 51 verse 30, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might has failed.
And they're remaining in their house because I ain't gonna fucking fight you, man. You know? The average American does not want to fight. The average American man is weak as fuck. Excuse my French, but that's just plain.
Yeah, I'm a shot for the
point
pressure.
blank period, man. Weak, effeminate ass niggas, man. A nigga don't want to go to war. Okay, that spirit, that old war spirit has been gone. Yeah, patriotism is dead. You got weak ass, effeminate ass Edomites. Okay, you know, so-called white men. You got women up in the goddamn army with the women shouldn't be in those damn
Yeah.
man. So it's definitely people get, as Jake said in the world, people get fucking squad whites, man.
Yeah, they send what? Men to war, right?
Yeah.
You read Numbers, first chapter, you know, and talk about how they send the men to war and such, man. You gotta be of a certain age.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You know?
Yeah, so, you know, it's like that. Then,
But it's gonna get worse here because they gonna drop the age.
of course,
You know? You're gonna have young men, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds going to war. Just like they did with the Vietnam.
yeah.
They said they only got 17-year-olds. No, you got people that was drafted when they was fucking 16, 17-year-old young men. They might drop it down to fucking 15 now, man. You never, I don't know how the Lord might do, man. The Lord said, "With the young men shall die in the wars." All right, and the older men are gonna perish of famine, man. All right, so if you're an older man, you don't get drafted into the war, you're gonna die here in America from famine, man. For lack of bread and water. Okay?
Yeah, get that,
There ain't no such thing as conscientious objectives. If you're afraid, you're still going to go to fight. That's not a part of our custom. They ask you to be fearful and faint-hearted. You find out who be fearful and faint-hearted, they'll send you home. And among the men that's ready to go to war, they'll make captains out of those men. That's not faint-hearted and fearful. The Lord said he don't protect the fearful and faint-hearted. And the chain is only as strong as his weight.
The scriptures tell you Proverbs as well. And then, get that also in Isaiah, I think, like the latter verses. They talk about how the men they don't perish. You know what I'm talking talk about before Isaiah 4. It's like the last verse. And you talk about how the women, in the second address, you talk about how the women will be without helpers.
Yeah.
We need both of those. You know, because, like I said, usually this is going to live out to our reality, okay? Because we're in a time of war. Remember, they done changed themselves to the War Department, you know, and what? They require all hands on deck, man. All right? Y'all got that precept?
Yeah, you want to go to second address?
Yeah, get started. Second address is, you might have to start a bit above.
Start at 32.
All right,
16.
so go ahead. Yep.
It says, second address, 16 verse 32.
Yeah.
It says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travail therethrough.
Right, in these different cities, like I said, like you've seen in a time of COVID-19, you've seen a lot of, streets that needed to be abated or cut down because vegetation started to overgrow because of the lack of those that be working in the field being out in the field. You know what I mean? Right?
And it didn't take long neither. It took like maybe a month or two.
Yeah, you see animals, deers, even other animals come out into the streets and stuff because it became like how America used to be. You know, like kind of like a paradise. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Without all of this noise pollution that you got here, you know? Yeah, man. And we can't wait to, of course, the earth come to that Idan or that paradise that it once was. All right, us as Israelites, because like I said, this place, this concrete jungle stuff, it says a bunch of confusion. Seeing a bunch of more of these different big high-rise buildings, apartment buildings, where they're trying to overcharge you and such, you know, and have you stuck in a damn contract that you can't get out. Get out, then you don't know where you're gonna live. That's all madness. Okay?
They have a term for that. It's called psychosis.
Yep.
It's called psychosis refers to an abnormal repetitive behavior such as pacing, swaying, self-mutilating developed by wild animals held in captivity. So basically, like living in big cities, working at a cubicle or working at this office job, that's not made to be for a human being to live. Right?
Yeah.
That's why we need this mechanism to have land, to have farms, to have cattle. Because we're supposed to be out on the beach.
Yeah.
We're crept up in these concrete jungles. That's the way of a caveman.
Yeah. He just sets you up to be a worker so he can tax you. You know, the Rockefellers and stuff. That's all they want you to be is an employee. You know what I mean? Come to work every day, man. If you don't come to work, if you don't follow our policies, hey, you don't pay the taxes, hey, we come after you. We put you in jail. All right? We incriminate you. All right? You try to evade this man's system. You got to spiritually evade through these precepts, through these commandments, through Yakalba Page word. All right? Because these times, as we're going into these different cities, all right, are going to become what? More overgrown. All right? Desolate of men. Okay? Continue forward.
Verse 33. It says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom.
Right. These different what? These young women of a marriageable age. All right? They're going to be, of course, what? Read it again.
God. It says, verse 30, second Ezra 16, verse 33. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom.
Yep.
The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers.
Yeah, man. You know, they're going to be mourning, man, because what is a woman without the strength of a man? Especially in some very terrible, you know, very outrageous times that we're going to see, perilous times, as the scriptures have said, hard to bear, savage times. They're going to be like, as soon as they hear boom, they're going to look to grab somebody. Okay? And then that's where you have with the Isaiah 4:1. You know, for the elect women, all right, they are going to what? They're going to seek out the elect men, all right, which are the men that had the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, who have been what? Have been doing this work, all right, that have been believers, all right? There's men that the elect that's not serving as prophets, but they are believers. They're going to be paired up with them, and they're going to be hedged, okay?
That's right.
Yeah, you know?
As he said, like you said, the young men are going to be what? Destroyed in the fucking wars.
Yes.
All right, like I said, we're living in a time of war. They're gonna be shipped out. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised in spirit that they drop down to age like 15, 16. You know? Because you, like I said, you ask some of those soldiers that went over there in Vietnam, they were like, I really wasn't 17, I was 16. And they sent me over to fucking Vietnam, man. And now that man's fucking sight down his mind. Imagine what the Lord is going to have these motherfuckers see and witness over there in the Middle East, man. All right, and if they live long enough, they go see our Lord Yahushua return, you know? And that message is already going out that what? This war is going to lead to the return of the Mashiach, man. So they know. They've heard it, man, and they're scared to go. That's why we did Jeremiah 31, all right? Well, the men of Babylon are forgotten to go to war, man. They don't want to go to war, all right? They're not in that spirit of, oh, I want to die for my country, man. They're like, fuck this shit.
Yeah,
Because they see that the bankers are really running the show, and it's really for their enjoyment, man. They don't get no, what's called, no benefits from going to war with fucking Iran.
Yeah, war veterans out here on these fucking highways and byways with a cup out saying help this veteran.
Yes. Yeah, man. Because a lot of them, like I said, they done lost their mind over it. They done found out what the truth is. You know, I got a, man, this dude, I don't even know if he might be like something he got a lot of medals and everything. I don't know if he a Green Beret, 82nd Airborne, but he got time. And he went to war. This man he bugging out every day. Music is blasting, and he put on his hat, and he got on some of his different garb, and he playing them cadence and stuff. You know, he preparing his mind for it, what it is. He playing damn. There's gonna be certain songs. I'm gonna get the song what he's saying. Dabaq on this song too. Man,
Yeah, I got some information.
yep, go ahead.
Just to back y'all brothers up about these individuals who are already enlisted who are going to fight this war. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford crisis. Brothers know about this already, but just bringing it out because it's still relevant. It says plumbing toilet failures, crew fatigue, and rising Iran war fears. It says the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest warship, is facing serious plumbing failures during an extended deployment.
Right. Yeah, because it's what? And where they've been deployed to. When you go into it, these different regions and such. But remember, you have it where these different vessels have to dock and be repaired. You know, structurally, like I say, you got a lot of these things that haven't been really, you know.
Well, it says the worm is covered.
Right.
Yeah,
it got the corrosion, right?
Yeah, the Ramah.
The Ramah. Yeah, the Ramah, you mean? So you got the evidence of decay, you know, amongst Esau and his structures and such, right? So you got all these different vessels and such. Yeah, you go down South Philly and we'll go see at the Navy Yard and such. The brother be down there and stuff, seeing some of them different vessels and stuff. You know, you have some of these different vessels even in the world over in the like Scotland and all that, where they was like big producers of these different vessels and stuff, and then now they stop. Now it's time for the Lord to have y'all to get busy and stuff, and they know, damn, this shit ain't gonna be right. We might be in this vessel and then, you know, it might just end up just imploding on us. You know, you got what? You had even with US, they end up glorying with UP Hesed, I believe they shooting a torpedo. They said, remember?
Iranian warship.
Yeah.
But it wasn't participating in the war.
Right.
It was participating in the exercise.
Right.
It was coming back from the exercise unarmed. Submarine
Knocked it out. And then they glory in that, beating people while they're low and such. But that's E. E never plays fair. Okay? Continue forward for that information.
Yeah, the strategy of war, if a submarine was the knock a ship out of the water, they are supposed to stay there and help the sailors get out and rescue. But they downed the ship and then left the scene. Yeah. That's Esau. He's a bloody murderer.
Yeah, man. Man, like, we'll just leave them there and die, man. You know, kick them while they're down.
Right.
That's how they told me.
Right.
All right.
So the caption reads on this video, it's actually a YouTube video, but it's a news report. It says the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest warship, is facing serious plumbing failures during an extended deployment. Sewage breakdowns, crew fatigue, and moral issues are mounting as tensions rise between the U.S. and Iran.
Right, so they mentally they're not there, man. Their morale, their spirit is not there. Okay, which that brings out, you just read it again with the Jeremiah.
Yeah.
You have to read it again, man, because Like they letting that stuff alone. They ain't ready to go out there.
How they
Okay?
going? Yeah.
The sewage, like I can't even take a shite. You
Well,
know, in the damn, you know, the hall, you know, wherever, because the vessel is not right. Okay, it's gonna back up, and then you telling me to go clean it? They don't want to do that. I didn't sign up to clean this shit.
You gotta go to the edge of the fucking deck.
Yeah.
Well, Salakia brothers too. If he keep reading that article, they intentionally put T-shirts
Yeah, right.
and draws. They intentionally stopped it up on purpose.
Yep.
It's going to be in that article.
Shirts and mocks.
Shirts, T-shirts, draws.
Okay. So they want to just get out of there.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what it's saying. It's saying with sailors under pressure and systems failing, questions grow over readiness.
Right.
Before any conflict begins.
Yeah, exactly. And
They're not ready. That
right.
readiness ain't there.
No, they're not ready. And we should even look at that. Look up readiness and such. You got to be prepared, you know, in your spirit. Like I'm saying, with this particular individual down in the, you know, he lived underneath me and stuff, which he's a veteran. You know, he a Jake too. He a veteran. This man, he playing songs like this. He playing songs, like I said, the brother would know Jump from Van Halen.
Right.
Yeah.
Jump.
Right.
Dun,
Right.
dun,
Right. I get up and nothing gets me down. You got it tough. I see the toughest around, and I know, right? You gotta roll with the punches to get what is real, you know. And basically, you end up seeing this goes into even suicide, I believe, when you go into this song and such. You know, this man gotta keep his morale up. You know, this particular individual, he playing an entrance trench for the 82nd Airborne. I should jam all the music and such because it pushes spirit out. You know, when y'all be seeing them different soldiers, you know, when they, you know, go and learn, you know, they go to basic training, they go to their different training, you know, they do all this. These different things, hey, they keep they morale up and such, right? Ballet of a Green Beret, all right?
Yeah, that's crazy. So that term readiness, Slacky, brother.
Yes.
When it, through the spirit bring this out, that term readiness is actually a military term. By the way.
Yeah, see? Yep.
So it's intentional that they use that word, and it said questions grow over readiness before any conflict begins.
Yeah.
If I may define it militarily, it says in military terms, readiness is often. In military terms, readiness is officially defined by the U.S. Department of Defense. It goes on to say the definition is intentionally broad to encompass the ability of forces to fight and win anywhere and at any given time.
Right.
They call it combat readiness.
Right. It says military readiness is generally broken down into several functional categories to assess a unit's actual capability. And then it gives you the breakdown. Operational material readiness, personnel readiness, unit training, and structural readiness. So it's questionable their readiness.
They're not ready.
Not
They're
ready.
like so their morale is down.
Right.
So it goes back to that Jeremiah. That they know that a war is coming and they don't want. They didn't get into the military to go to war. Shit, I talked to my pop before the war in Iraq. My pops joined the military. He said he didn't join the military to fucking go fight in Iraq. He had me just join during the peacetime, and right afterwards, the war started. So it's the same thing going on. These so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, these Edomites. You know, you go into those different videos, they're like, why did you join the army? I wanted a Hellcat. Why did you join the army? I had nothing else better going in my life. I got it for the money. They wasn't thinking about going to war at all, man.
VA loans.
VA loans. I want to go to college.
I wanted a multi-partner, multi unit, you know, and get into real estate. You know, and this offered me a chance to, you know, get it for cheap. You know, or no money down. Yeah, but now, hey, remember, the military is for y'all to fight and battle. Or not for fight or battle. Okay? And now y'all about to go to it. All right? Because the Lord is doing what? He's driving that northern army, all right, into that land barren and desolate. Yep, hold on. Y'all all right? So, y'all moving for the Lord's purpose. Okay? That's what every single one of us, we're moving for our purpose in Yahweh Shemel.
This is Isaiah 13:4, if I may. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together,
Yep.
the Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
Right, when you go into that, I think it's Puquad. Brother can look into it. It goes into a point. All right, you'll see some more in it.
And the word muster goes into to gather together.
Yep.
You know, to instigate.
Yeah.
The Lord's instigating war between these nations.
Yep. Yeah.
That's that tumultuous noise of kingdoms gathering together for war.
Yeah. So, yep. Get there.
Join the third chapter.
Yeah. Yeah. So these, if you see these younger men, they going to war, man. Whether you like it or not, man.
Right.
You better put them greens on. You know what I mean? Get your grays or get your, they got the different camouflage. The desert camouflage. They smile and laugh, and y'all about to put them on. You Edomites, man. They already faces already shaved, and they gonna go.
You ain't gonna be working on offices.
No.
All that shit's going out the fucking window.
They got AI can run that. We need you on the front lines, boots on the ground.
Right.
Okay? Feet. Man, like, from volume, volume feet. All right?
Feet on the ground.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, the word for mustereth is Puquad.
Yeah.
And just reading some of the top definitions, it says to attend to, muster, number, reckon.
Yeah, he numbered you to the battle. Look, the host, the armies, the Tazabawa, right? Okay, go ahead.
Con. It says to muster, number, reckon, visit, punish, appoint.
Yes. Punish, even the punish too.
You said plead for my people? Yeah.
That's Join the third chapter.
Right? Yeah. We gonna let it ride. Precept. Anything else about it?
Let me see. I'm gonna go down here to the bottom real quick. Because the brother had mentioned this, that it means to instigate. So I'm trying to see if I can pull that up real quick.
I see it in Simon dictionary, muster.
Okay.
The word muster goes into muster. It says muster to display, to reveal, to show, to demonstrate. It says to muster, to collect, to assemble a group or body, especially for military service or expectation.
Yeah.
The other one says
The battle.
summon, to gather up.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what the Lord is doing. He's gathering up these men. All right? Lord, gathering up all of course, the different weaponry. All right? And it's going to be used for the battle. All right? So we know what time that we in. We know, because remember, we're the children of the light. Most of course, these regular civilians and such, they're what? They're asleep. Okay? Their ears are fat. They're spiritually, their eyes are closed, it's smeared over. They can't see what's really going on. Okay? Like, I was so hyped I seen the the elder Muwafazak from LA. Elder LA. I was so hyped hearing one of his videos and such, the apostle, the elder bishops last night. I'm just like, man, like wow, like we really there for all that we've been speaking about. The MOTB is about to be made mandatory. All of the destruction within these cities. Remember, also with these cities, remember talk about terrorists going to be on every side and such.
I got it right here. This is in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It says muster. It's called for muster. Primarily means to gather, assemble, or summon troops, strength, or support. While it means to collect resources, muster up.
Yeah.
Can sometimes imply to often difficult or required to initiate or to instigate a feeling, action, or courage.
Yeah. So that's what the Lord is doing, right now. Okay? Whether you like it or not. All right?
It is distinct, instigate, starting something bad by focus on accumulating existing strength.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the definitions I was able to find when you go down far enough, it means to strike against. Why? Because they're all being led into the valley of Jehoshaphat to fight that great battle, right? Which is the day of the Lord's judgment.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. On the spirit,
because they're not going to want to fight, but the Lord is going to put the spirit upon them to fight. Because remember, they're going to put their focus off of each other temporarily, okay, and focus it on the Lord, right? So that's something that's going to happen simultaneously, right? Because the scriptures talk about that great war that happens in heaven, right? Which is basically a Yahushua destroying the world's armies with great ease and great power. I got a quick precept for you again. It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak." And this goes into what the brother was saying about being excited, you know, for the elder brothers' videos, right? Because now we're at a time where everything is speaking, and it's speaking in abundance. There's no slack, you know, there's no deferment. No, it's just one thing after another after another. And brother's been saying that these things were gonna escalate and move with greater speed and happen more frequently, right? So now we're at a time where ain't nothing tarrying. It's at a point where you barely can even keep up with all that's going on. But we see the signs that we are most definitely at the end, and everything is approaching that much faster, you know?
Can I get a quick precept?
Come on, let me finish this real quick. It says, but at the end it shall speak, and it shall not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Brothers have been patiently waiting for all these things, and now here they are. Because it will surely come, and indeed it has, and it will not tarry. So the Lord making good on his word as he does.
Always. That the Lord is faithful. You know, his word is faithful and true. So, you know, we get to see, you know, the actual what? The actual outcome of the Lord's word, man. Prophecy. You know, that's what was said before you were prophet. Because you're body, you're beautiful.
It's Matthew 13, verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which they see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which they hear, and have not heard them. It's a beautiful time to be alive. The men of predecessors before us was desiring the day to come. When they sat on the Mount of Olives, they asked Yahushua, when are you going to come and restore the kingdom of heaven? And this is the time we're witnessing right now. All the prophecies, the word of the Lord is manifesting itself in real time. We're excited. It's a beautiful day to be alive and to have the spirit of Yahushua. We're excited.
The light is being seen, man. Look, people gonna keep seeing it.
This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 4. What with righteousness shall judge the poor, and reprove equity for the meek of the earth. That's beginning with the elect of Israel. It says, and he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked.
Yeah. You know, when Yahushua comes back, as the brother had mentioned about that war in heaven, remember, sparks and children talk about how they were going to turn the houses and they durst to fight. So we could probably read that too. Because remember, that's going to be going down. These troops are going, and then as this World War III, remember, the CHIP going to be made mandatory, chaos going to be in the city, the M-law going to be in the city. Right, all the different prophecies that the Lord spoke about for the end times are going to be fulfilled in the sense. And Yahushua going to come back, all right, which is prophecy. That's what we're waiting for, all right? So a great battle is going to happen between the world's army and a man of war, Yahushua, all right, the Lord's son coming down here, all right, and representing his father and getting, of course, the kingdom and the glory, cutting off the long disease. Esau, Edom. Alright? Yep, go ahead.
Second 13. Second 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man, like strong with thousands of heaven, And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Yes, the Lord Yahweh he enters the atmosphere, man. You know? But all things is gonna shake, man, when he enters into that atmosphere, man. Suns, the stars being blotted out because of how big the chariot is, man. You know? And he's gonna fly over that area because when you look up the area of Valley of Jehoshaphat, man, you can only. I looked it up this week what it looks like. I was like, I picture in my mind like, damn, a giant ass chariot is over that when he pops up. He's gonna pop up in the midst of that battle. Okay, those that live to remain, they're gonna see the Lord Yahweh shall return, and they're gonna be fearful.
Right here. It's Revelation 1 verse 7. Behold, he comes with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
That's right.
And they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so am I.
Yeah, so everybody's gonna see him. All right, but he's gonna make his great entrance in the midst of World War III. You know, popping up on you, man. Like, yo, what y'all fighting for? And they all gonna look at him. They gonna fight him. The Lord said he's gonna put his spirit on them to fight. They ain't gonna want to fight. Just like they don't want to fight this World War III right now, man. They ain't gonna want to fight Yahweh Shai. They gonna see the majesty when he's gonna pull up in. That fathership, man. All right, that power, man. When you see a chariot, that's straight raw power, man. Okay.
Yeah, the reason why all the kings of the earth is going well because they drunk off the wine of the wrath of Babylon. Because Babylon told these people that God love everybody. He's coming down with palms in his hand and he will deliver everybody. That's a different story when you read the scriptures. That's right. He's coming with fury and wrath. That's right. It says verse.
Right. They told them that those ships were aliens, extra, terrestrial beings, but not giving the Lord, his just due. That's right. Those are the angels. That's how we shine the angels on the right-hand side of the Heavenly Father coming to destroy this place. So they're going to have to find out that bitter destruction.
Hear a horn out of nowhere. Like, all this, like, what the fuck? Look up. It's Yahweh Shai pull up in the atmosphere, man. Scaring the fuck out of you, man. Because when the chariot pulls up, that's pure power. These people already can't take hearing the goddamn car crash. They're like, oh shit. How much more when the Lord breaks the sound barrier with the chariots, man? Imagine seeing a giant chariot and then a bunch of little smaller chariots rolling up behind them.
And the only ones that have revealed what those vehicles really are, the celestial vehicles really are, is the prophets.
That's right.
We divulge that information. Whether you hear or you forebear, you were told what they were. And in that day, you're not going to make light of those celestial vehicles or the angels or Yahweh Shai.
That's right. Yeah, because they look at us like we're expendable. We're expendable. So you disregard the words we say that come out of our mouth. But the words that come out of our mouth is for the children of Israel, salvation. So we should hearken to it. Right. It's verse 3, 2 Ezra 13, verse 4. It says, and whatsoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
And laser beams, man. Laser beams, man, just shooting out the ship. Zapping motherfuckers to dust. Zapping vehicles to dust, man. There's nothing that we've seen on this side at all that can do some shit like what the Lord's gonna do. Right? Literally beams hitting cars and people, and they turn into pillars of fucking salt. That's good. That's good. If a man sees some shit like that, that's gonna fuck up his mind. Imagine you standing next to a dude and he fucking all of a sudden laser beam hit his ass and he turns into a fucking pillar of salt. It's gonna fuck your mind up, man. So yes, they could be in fear. You got something real fast?
Real quick. This is I'll back up what y'all saying. This is Isaiah chapter 18, verse 7. Then the earth shook and trembled, the foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth. There went up smoke out of his nostrils and fire out of his mouth. Fire, coals were kindled by it. And that's exactly what Yahweh Shai. So along with no one speak going on.
Yeah, they got that fire and brimstone.
That's right. We bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet.
That's right.
And he rode up on a chariot and did fly. Yeah, he did fly upon the wings of the wind.
Yep.
That's right. I'm covered. Check that's not
Yeah. Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
And if the fathership is that big, how big is the small cherries, man? You know? You see, those small cherries can get big.
They're not bound by the natural limitations.
Yeah,
Man, remember
yeah,
these physics. What's that idea? Talk about the word. What is it? Not the spirit. Well, his arm. Remember, the Egyptians, they flesh, right? What's that idea? Is it 30 or 31?
Yeah.
Right?
It's out there.
Right?
And trust God in Egypt, right?
Right?
Hold something like that. Trust in chariots.
When you get to the Graven Mountain, let me know.
Oh, yeah.
So Isaiah 31, verse 1.
Yep.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Yeah, America. You know, a lot of y'all have went into America in different forms. Okay, y'all go to different bureaucracies, different corporations for seeking a way for a better life, right? You're looking for the pursuit of happiness and liberty and such, right? Yeah, right. Y'all looking for everything. You got Issachar-He, different tribes, Mexicans, Central Americans, Jamaicans, West Indians, Haitians, they done came to America looking for help, right? Looking for some type of support, looking for a better way. What?
It says that woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because there are many.
Yep.
And in the horsemen because they are very strong.
Right, and a lot of y'all have trusted in the security of the American industrial military complex. Y'all trust in one of the three unclean frogs, being with Washington, D.C., with the military might be the Pentagon. You got Pete Hegseth, he talking bad shit. The declaration of all these different admirals and such, right? Y'all love it. Oh man, ain't nobody can do nothing against America. Hoorah, simplify and all this other stuff, man. You gonna see where the Lord said not to put your trust in princes. All right, and in men. All right, go ahead.
It says, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel.
Right, they ain't look to Yahweh Shai. Okay? Who's your Redeemer? Go ahead.
Neither do they seek the Lord.
Right, they don't seek Yahweh. Okay, instead, they seeking after Egypt, America. Which really, you seeking after double straights. All these taxes and all these fees and all these licenses and all these grants, this shit just messed my head up, man. It messed Jake's head up, right? You're trying to find a way out of something that you put yourself into, but the system set you to get in it, right? You're like, damn, I gotta find a way to get Social Security. Y'all at certain age, y'all need certain stuff, right? And I gotta get the 1B plan of this, Oh, life insurance. Oh man, you could get the $20,000, or actually you could put in more money, but then you're trying to figure out how.
Yeah, they wanna keep you in a perpetual state of constant dependence so they can control you. It's all goes back to control. It goes back to exercising dominion over you. See, Esau looks at the common folks as what? Goyim, cattle, slaves.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. That's why we understand that this conflict, this rumor of war, really what it's ultimately going to lead to is a global economic reset.
Yep.
As you can see, gas is already on the rise, right?
Yeah.
And they already gave you a taste of that during the scandemic era. Y'all brothers remember how high that gas went up?
Yeah.
6, 7, 8
No?
You don't have three unpaid.
And that was just a forerunner. They were just testing the waters. They used that as a forerunner for what they about to do. Because I speak as a man, but I don't think these gas prices are going to go back down. If they block out the Strait of Hormuz, and if they getting more strategic with them strikes, right?
Yeah.
Then they're cutting off all these resources because they want to put the the stranglehold on these people. They want to pinch these people.
What's the
Yeah,
American?
you don't have 3 unpaid parking tickets in the city of Philadelphia. They'll boot your car, tow it, if you don't have the money to pay the penalty, they'll sell your car and you still owe them the money.
Yep.
That happened to me and my mom 2 weeks ago. I think we got the car back, but it was at the point where it was impossible to pay that shit back.
Yeah.
And I prayed.
And then if the ticket will be $51, you don't pay it in 15 days, they double it.
Yeah. Well, that's the borrow subject to the lender.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the user.
And these Goyim, they don't never rise up against these bullshit practices.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hold
Hey,
on.
y'all need to vote out that damn
This shit
shit.
shouldn't even be allowed for them to take your personal vehicle because you didn't pay a parking ticket.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, who gave them the right to take something that's personal to you? Your parking ticket.
Legalized. It's legalized theft.
That's that title, that
So
color
it's
law
wicked,
and all that, man.
Yeah, under maritime admiral law,
Uh-huh.
they have the right because you have to register the vehicle. Yeah. When you go into that word registry, it's basically submitting them the rights to whatever you possess and own. That's why you'll never get a deed for your house.
Yeah. Oh, repeat that again, because he fucked out the audio.
Yeah,
Repeat
let's
it
look.
again.
If we look at the word register, you have to register your vehicle, right?
Uh-huh.
That's a law. Remember, the words in their legal system are different from the way that they're used in everyday society.
Yeah.
So when you look into the word register definition in law, to see if it comes up, it's going to tell you that basically you don't own anything.
Yeah.
They own it.
Yep.
No matter that you're paying for it. You're paying for something that they'll always be in possession of.
Yeah.
Okay? So it says here, register. Let's see if it'll come up. All right, in legal context, register refers to an official written record of a public entry. Nope, that's not it. No, that's not it. All right, official authorized by law to maintain specific records such as register of deeds or register of wills. Nope. Now, I might have to hop off of AI. They don't want to pull it up.
Yeah, your states and all of that. They be regulating all that stuff. Okay? You know?
Okay, there we go.
So you default when your car. So you finance your car, they take your car and sell it. And you
Okay, here we go.
and the
I found it. Okay, the word register in the Black Law Dictionary
that's
means abandon.
Yep.
So when you register it, you're abandoning it in a legal sense, which gives them the right. That's why if you don't, they'll do it the other way too. Let's say you don't register your vehicle, or the inspection is bad, and you have it parked on the street. You know what they classify the vehicle as? Abandoned.
Yeah.
Abandoned. So they'll go and they'll take your property.
Yes, sir.
Under the basically law of abandonment.
Yep.
But even if you register it, it's still considered legally abandoned. That gives them the right to boot, to tow, to repossess, and to basically legally steal your property because it doesn't really belong to you. It says the word register in the Black Law Dictionary means abandon. You abandon your vehicle to the state when you register your vehicle. And they allow you to use it. They allow you to use it. Remember what they say. What's this devil dance say? What this devil say? He said, "You will own nothing and be happy."
Yeah, you
Bob Schwab.
you've been y'all like a lot of y'all been given what the permission,
Right. That's it.
right? The granted permission to get a license. We letting you do this.
Right.
All right, get in there.
Well, that's what they call the gaining a license,
Right.
a privilege. They call it. It's a privilege. We're giving you the privilege.
And you know what, too, brothers, too, without registration, you can't even get insurance. So they force you to register the car, because without registration, you can't even get insurance.
Yeah.
An allowance for being a good citizen.
Yeah. And then now, on the flip side, right? You know me. Yo, you know y'all see the post office vehicles be around, right?
But I can't bring out a preset while we're going into this. So just to back it up, this is what the scriptures say about this unrighteousness in this kingdom. All right, because it is unrighteous. It's just to put more burden on you, okay, and pretty much keep you in the cycle of debt, stress. Right, stress is the #1 killer, and they constantly keep these people in a height of constant stress. Constant stress. And the scriptures say that was going to happen to us as a people. There was going to be no assurance for our life, and we were going to be in want of all things when it comes to our enemy. We have to go to the enemy for every damn thing just to live. That's why we're not really living. We just barely survive. Just barely. The scriptures say this, Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And like different states have different laws. Like for instance, in Florida, you don't have to have no state registration, I don't believe, or inspection.
Yeah,
Then
inspection.
New Jersey, I think every 2 years or something like that, you gotta get it inspired. Now, if you have a new vehicle, I think they give you a maximum of like 5 years.
Every state is different.
So it goes to show you that they're not really interested in the public safety. It's all about a way of making money and continuing to put that boot on your neck. And stressing you out, oppressing you. It's literally oppression. Scriptures talk about how long we can stay on trust and oppression.
That's why the scriptures say, woe to you that go down to Egypt for help, because now you're putting your trust and all your might and all your mind into this place instead of the Holy One of Israel, Yakalba Page, which the Lord really handles all of our affairs for us through, us at the end of the day. That's how it's supposed to be. So, but people, they put their trust. So, it's like you want the boot to be on your fucking neck, man. Because people want the system to be
Jake don't do, and that's the thing, and Jake don't do nothing to help themselves, for sure. So on the surface level, it seems like all of these things are justified. Don't get into an accident with a nigga because you don't know if you're going to have insurance. But we know insurance as a whole, going deeper below that surface, the ends don't justify the means. Insurance is a fucking scam. But the thing of it is, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Because you can't take that risk. And that's a part of the system. You can't afford to take the risk. Even though if things were operating the way they were supposed to, you wouldn't need any of this shit.
This place gotta go.
That's it. It's a constant vexation. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And that's what they do. They're constantly taking advantage of our people.
Because the poor and needy, you're supposed to have some type of mercy on them. Like, okay, you can't do these certain things.
Right. You already got your shit towed, and we're going to penalize you. You can't afford the tow, but they expect you to pay the storage fees? What?
Per day, yo.
Oh, man. It's true that this place is hell, but our people are trusting Egypt.
And that's just one event going on in your life, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything else is going on.
Sickness, health problems, and all this shit.
You said about stress. That's why a lot of Americans said on the census that 73% of Americans are obese, not fat, not chubby, obese, because it's called stress eating. You just eat because you just want to eat.
Yeah.
Also
They call comfort food. What they call comfort food.
McDonald's.
Oh, man.
Everything you eat is poison.
Yeah.
Because even with you said food cloud, you're stressed out, so you eat more, you ain't gaining weight, now you got more medical problems, now you gotta go to the doctor, now you gotta pay them medical bills. They put you on, I think you're gonna say the other one, because over 50% of Americans are some type of antidepressant.
Yep.
So now you gotta get those and shit.
Antidepressants, bipolar medication.
Oh, man.
And if you drink the water, you want antidepressants too. Because people urinate in the toilet, and they put it in their drinking water.
Now you all fucked up, your head hurt.
They say drink sprinkles with a drink water. Spigot water, don't drink spigot water. It's basically purified water from the state. There's a lot of
there's a lot of trace pharmaceuticals, contraceptives, and all types of bacteria,
bullshit, man.
Parasites. There's all types of things in that tap water. know?
Most of our people are subject to those things right now, man. The curses. This is really the curses, man. A lot of people whip the fuck off.
We'll be in want of all. Yeah, we'll be in want of all things. And our enemy ain't entreating us well. He's destroying you every chance he gets.
Proverbs 29. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So right, if the Israelites were in authority, a life on earth would be better. It would be, I don't say easier, but
You got dietary laws.
you got dietary laws. You right. Okay? But when the wicked bear rule, the people more, and that's the thing, Esau is anti-life. He's not pro-life, as he wants to try to do. He's anti-life. Everything he does, everything he touches, wants. And everything Jim touches, he turns to good. Because we're pro-life. We have the law says we stick next to the own body. This man, he's a goddamn devil wearing a slim tie.
I like to think of it. What's that one? It was a character in those Greek comics and stuff. He has a green thumb. Everything he touches grows. That's how Jake is when we're under the laws of his career. And that's how we'll be in the kingdom. Everything we touch is going to be abundant.
Well, that's the laws. The laws teach you or promotes life and promotes life in abundance.
Sure. How life is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, but when you stray away from those things,
Right, how you deal with animals, how you deal with your brother, how you deal with even the heathen, how you deal with them, right? Yeah, how you live your the essence of your life and the way it's supposed to be lived is in that law.
because within that the Lord had it to where we understood that what I do doesn't just affect me, but affects him.
Yeah.
But if it affects him, it's going to affect you too. Everything's fucking connected, man.
Yeah.
In Esau's world, he says, well, no, this is not really connected to that because of like, we haven't really researched it. No, man. Everything's fucking connected, man. That's why the whole earth is mourning right now, man. All right? And soon, when our Lord Yahushua pop up on the scene, he's going to reset this whole thing. Now, we're not looking for this place, Babylon the Great, to continue, but to actually be destroyed, man. That's why our brothers are going into the World War III and destruction of this place. Brothers is hyping the spirit that these things are actually coming to pass.
Right.
Because what you were saying, righteousness is what being pushed out. The vibration of righteousness is being pushed out into the earth. And all it takes, right, is for the Lord to really R5 Egypt, World War III, and then Yahushua pop up in the midst of that. 3 major prophecies, man. Away from the Lord returning to destroy this place of America, man. We almost out of here, man. In the Second Ezra, the 13th chapter. Did we ever finish that? We didn't finish it. Because I know the book about when we get to the Raven.
Yeah.
You know, to being carved out that mountain.
Yep.
Basically, if you were 2, it would be like around what?
13.
Yeah, and then by the way, just to back you up, because of what you said about everything being connected, that's why when wickedness was observed, it was immediately dealt with.
Yeah.
So that way the land didn't become polluted. Because after so much wickedness, not only does the wrath of the Most High come upon you, but the land itself will spew you out.
Yeah.
Because it's all spiritual. Everything is interconnected. You see what happens when wickedness is allowed to increase. It emboldens people to continue that trend and immerse themselves in that left-handed vibration. But if you make an example out of somebody in the view of the public, everyone fears. Exactly.
Everyone fears, yeah.
So when the absence of the fear of the Most High is not present, it emboldens these people to be inclined to that worldly, lustly way. And it might not be everyone all of a sudden commits adultery. It branches out into different forms.
That's right.
Okay, but it all stems from that same left-handed source.
That's right.
Because it was allowed to permeate. It was allowed to spread.
That's right.
That's the thing. So people might disassociate. Well, I'm not. Well, you know that. As long as it don't come near me, it don't affect me. But meanwhile, they're emboldened in their pride. They're going off doing their own version of wickedness.
Sure.
Their own brand. So it's got to be dealt with, you know, face on, head on.
You said
Because the scriptures say because the sentence against
It even work. Exactly. There you go. There you go.
For the hearts of the sons of men is fully set.
Because you say even the earth will spew you out. Because it's like, I thought about it, she just said it. The earth was like, shit, the wrath of the Lord coming. I ain't trying to, fucking get, because the land will get destroyed too.
Yeah, the land will get destroyed too. Lord will,
like the earth is
basically,
like-
that's how the Lord resets things.
Yeah. The
He
animals,
purges the land. He has to purge the land. What do you think the flood was about?
virgins.
That was the first death.
That's right.
So the second death is upon this place, and it's going to come via thermonuclear destruction, and that pure fire, which we're reading about in Second Esdras, which is going to come from Yahweh Shai and the other angels.
That's right. The last piece from the chariot.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 13, verse 4. It says, whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned and heard his voice.
Oh, look at this
like
spot
as the
right there,
earth
too.
smelleth when it's filled with fire.
Yeah, them lazy movies, like, what's that, World of the World, the one with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
When people started running, they just get zapped. Fucking literally turns into pillars of salt. Like, before their eyes. Like, oh shit. One dude's next to you and all of a sudden a beam goes through and he's fucking gone.
Right.
Disintegrated.
Yeah.
Man, these troops in the Middle East, when how should I pop up on the scene, people are going to be disintegrating. You gotta think about how to psychologically will mess somebody up. You know what a dude, like, you know him since childhood, y'all go to war together, y'all survive, and in an instant, 30 years of you knowing this man, in an instant he's fucking dust. It's gonna fuck you up, man. But hey, rightfully so, because of all the wickedness that you've done on the earth. The Lord is not only gonna do a physical damage, but psychological damage to these people, man. He's gonna mess their minds up, man.
It says,
It's going to be psychological because it does say, in the book of Revelation, I believe, that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. So it's got to be psychological. Because the fear of the Lord got to be reinstituted back on the earth.
That's right. That's right. If you don't want to get down with the program, he's going to destroy you.
Yeah.
To bring him hither before me, slay him.
Yep. Yeah.
Precept.
If you precept Habakkuk 3 and 4 as well. But
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 9. It says, "And all this I have seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt." That's Esau-Edom, so-called white man. He's going to bring in his new world order, which is that RFID chip. I think he's going to destroy Israel, but he's going to do it for his own hurt. That's going to bring in World War III and Yahweh Shai coming right during that war. Destroy his ass.
Yeah, because with the whole thing about Iran, they think that them getting Iran a whole greater Israel project that they have, that they're going to be able to have all this land, they're going to control all of society. Look at every dystopian movie. Basically, they rule the earth. And
they got like
with an iron fist, They hold resources. People can't get this, people can't get that. If you do get it, you gotta submit to my way. That's how they really want the world to be. So they think that gaining Iran is gonna help them do all that. But you're just setting yourself up in a trick bag, and Lord Yahweh is like, y'all don't even fucking know. But also, I forgot that one project. They said that Amalek is doing all this so the Lord can come back,
Right.
So they can fight him, because they believe that they're going to win.
It's military strategy.
Yeah.
It's a desperate attempt to try to offset conflict. They know that something major going to go down in that region. If they fail to realize that's going to be their destruction, it's going to be their end.
That's right.
But it's like they're trying to get over there and position themselves before the Lord can come back, not realizing that they're falling right into the trap that the Lord has set up for them.
That's right.
And you got to think from their perspective. You almost got to get into the head of your enemy for a moment. You got to get into his head for a moment. Wait a minute. He's been ruling the earth for how long?
Yeah.
He's got weapons that these people have not seen. He's able to manipulate and modify the weather. Right? He got DEW, direct energy weapons. Right? He got ICBM nuclear missiles. Right?
Really think he could fight against them?
He got military over the land, over the air, over the seas.
he got the space, the heavens,
Right?
Space Force.
Because he said, his angels, the dragon, his angels.
AI intelligence operating on his side. Remember, it's an AI race too. You know, they want technology to fight their battles, right? Because why? Because everything is going digital, and that's a major part of a country's infrastructure now.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not just the oil and the gold. It is, but now it's technology. It's a battle of technology.
Yeah, because that's another thing that they got the men of the Lord. If they was the real people, they would have men like Samson.
Right. Yeah.
But they got to use technology to describe basically some people.
Yeah.
It says,
yeah, man. So that's that's the thing. That they think that they, again, you gotta. Well, it says it in the scriptures. It says it in the scriptures that they sitteth in the temple of the Most High. They believe that they are the Most High.
Pose
Right?
of all that is called God.
Right. His pomp shall be brought down to the grave. You know? So all the things that made this man great is eventually gonna be brought low. So these things are gonna fail them, but remember the pride of his heart. So you possess the earth, you have control, you're in this great transition period. You know, you did all your drills, you did all your psychological operations. You'd be like, you got this shit unlocked. Even when you were in a desperate, even if you were desperate, you would still be, you know, we got this. We gotta, you know, do a couple more things. We don't, you know.
yeah, he going into countries, sovereign countries, with 8 men.
Like, okay, if you're a chess player, right? If you're a chess player, you know if you already lost the fucking game, but you still gotta play until you get checkmate. So this nigga gotta play till he gets checkmate. So, but the Most High forcing him to play. He running out of moves.
A little blinded his ass with delusions.
Yeah.
You know, he has delusions that he was going to overcome the Lord. You know, Esau actually has stories written in the Greek times of them overcoming gods.
Right. And if you a persistent chess player, you know you've been beat, but you gotta keep check. Shit. All right, wait, maybe I can do this. Check. Shit. You know, until checkmate. That's it.
That's right.
You know? And that Mosai is a master chess player. You know? Because it's all his will. But go ahead, brothers, you got it.
Yeah, 2 Ezra 13, verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there were gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the 4 winds of the heaven.
Yeah, all these armies gathered together. And when you look up, I believe they tried to rename the Valley of Jehoshaphat, like the Valley of Karam or something like that. Kidron. If you look it up, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, they renamed it like the Kidron Valley or something like that. But that whole area is Jerusalem, and it's a big strip where they're gonna be fighting at, man. Right. You know, that whole area, the Lord's gonna have them fight in the area, come and destroy all of that. Because remember, the actual land of Israel is gonna burn too, because it has to be in there. Yeah, come on. Yeah, grab one fast.
It's like the brother mentioned, the Kidron Valley, the house of names Kidron Valley.
Yep.
It says the Kidron Valley is a 20-mile long, 4,000-foot deep, historically and biblically significant valley.
I said 20 miles long. What the? Hey, it looks so. When I looked at the pictures of it, it didn't look that big. That's why I was like, but it said 20 miles long. That might be from the Mount Olives to Megiddo. That might be, because that's about like 20 miles. It has to be. Because there's no way that little small area is 20 miles.
It says historically and biblically significant valley in Jerusalem, running between the Temple Mount and the Mount of Olives.
So like from the northeast all the way to South Philly is about.
You know what they're gonna be doing all hell breaks. And they drunk.
That's a big area for the fucking brothers know from northeast Philly to South Philly, that's a big ass area. So that's
like
only about 10 miles. Double that, that's a big area of war. Where the Lord's gonna pop up and he's staying to these nations, man.
Well, it's recorded in Job. The utmost sea.
Oh, Con, yeah.
Yeah. Two.
That's a big one. Landmass, basically.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that whole area. We saying before the brothers came up, before the Dabaq came up, about the river Euphrates being dried up.
Yeah.
You know, and having the symbol of the Omega in the middle of it, man. It means the end, man. You know, we're at the end, man, and that's gonna be a point of contention in battle too, man. All that area. You know, listen, like I said, we're living in the time, man.
Right. The brother get Joel 2:20.
Oh, so it's verse 20?
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
And I got a map for illustration of all the brother Ariella had sent this.
Because in the spirit this whole week, I've been just looking up where is this, like Gomer and all these other, where it goes into all that. You got to get into the geography of knowing where this is going to be at, man. Because when you have,
Right, so you got the
I was
Persian
going to
Gulf
say,
right there.
you got to picture this in
So
your
you gotta
mind.
come down
And
just
the
a
only way
little
you can
bit.
picture it
Saudi
is if you
Arabia,
look up
and
to see
then
what
right
the
here
hell's
it is.
going on.
Jordan, River
You know, if
Euphrates
you
should
don't
be
know
up
where
in there.
Iran's at, look it up.
And the
Grab
River
a
Euphrates
goddamn
empties out
map,
into the
man.
Persian
See what's
Gulf.
going on and see how the
Barren land in
prophecy
Saudi
is
Arabia.
talking about what's
This
going
land
on, man.
here, but it encompasses this whole.
You know,
That whole
Persia
region.
was known
Yeah.
as Iran.
And then that
Iran
jump
changed the name to Persia.
I know
believe
that
in the
damn river
19,
started up here too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like 1930s.
exactly.
When you be following,
These
That-
are-
that's-
I
and that's
need
the
to
that's the
go-
East Sea.
Yeah,
The
we,
You gotta
utmost
notice
sea
it.
is the Red Sea.
Yep.
You want it?
Yeah. Let me take a picture of that.
Okay, come. Oh, I can send it to you too.
Oh, okay.
I'll send
Did you
it.
send me that too, brother?
Yeah, I'll send it into the group
Okay.
chat.
That's your hosting tab, right?
Yes.
It serves as a major burial site to ancient rock-cut tombs.
I said an ancient burial site.
Yeah, that's a
And it's going to be a
that's
burial site for real.
right.
You know, area for death.
Right.
So that's no.
They put the scripture up in the breakdown
You know
room.
that this valley right here, the valley of Jehoshaphat, is a valley which Jehoshaphat in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat, which means the Lord's judgment. And it said that that Hidden Valley is a valley for the tombs. Okay, so they literally fighting on a grave, man, their own grave. You know, the Lord and the Lord. This is a Lord's story. The grave.
This is Isaiah 34, verse 2. It says, "For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies."
That's right. So the Lord's gonna come with fire and fury. Okay? That's why we're reading it. We're gonna finish it in 2 Ezra 13. That he with the beams from his mouth, man, which is the laser beams from the chariots, man. You know, just zapping people with the fucking dust. You know, they're literally that's their grave. A lot of you Americans, all right, you soldiers, men and women, okay, are gonna be over there in the Middle East, and that's gonna be your grave site. That's gonna be your burial site. You're not gonna make it over back to America, man.
Con, it says, he have utterly destroyed them, he have delivered them to the slaughter.
He has delivered them to the slaughter. So you're really in the trick bag of the Lord. The Lord got you in a specific area for slaughter, and it's already an area full of graves. So He got you in a grave site. You're about to literally make your own grave, man.
Because it literally it links to the road too, where it says this I will drive them into a man burning the vessel. But it says right here again, it says he has utterly destroyed them, he has delivered them to the slaughter. And it says their slain also shall be cast out, and their stakes shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be flooded with their blood.
So the Lord's He's gonna do some damage, man. You know, because I'm gonna read. There's nothing but left but vapor of smokes, man. The smell of smoke. Like I said, a laser beam hitting a tank or MRAP and it just disintegrated, man. You know. Like I said, things that have never been seen before, the Lord's going to do over there in the Middle East, man. Then He's going to come over here to the west and destroy this thing with the thermonuclear missiles, the laser beams from the chariots, man.
Continuing on in 2 Corinthians 13, verses 5, it says, to subdue the man that came out of the sea, when I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would not see the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. That's how big the chariot will be.
Yeah.
Now, if you ever been, brothers that been to certain parts of the country, if you ever been to California or in, I've seen like the Poconos, I've been around the Poconos, or any mountain range really in America, at a certain point you look and the mountains just fucking go, just keep on going. And you're like, damn, to the point you can't even see, it just keeps on going. Ezra saw a chariot so big that he couldn't see the end of it. Like, yo, where does it end at? That's how big the Lord's chariot is gonna be, man. You know? That you can't, it covers the whole sky. You can't look into the horizon and see the end of the chariot, man. You know? So he's coming with that great power, man. The chariot itself is gonna bring a presence over the earth, man. You know?
It says,
Yeah, like if you ever watch any videos about individuals who try to climb Mount Everest, right? That takes days and days and days and days.
Yeah.
You got to camp out.
Yeah.
But if you notice, that it's like it never ends.
Yeah.
They keep going up that thing to get to the peak, and it never ends. Just to give you some perspective, if you look at a video of these Edomites primarily trying to climb Mount Everest, it's like basically it doesn't end. You know, it's a very rigorous endeavor.
Yeah.
You know.
So the answer is like,
So this obviously supersedes or surpasses, right? Pales in comparison to the fathership. You know?
it says, verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yes, there's fight.
yeah, so all the nations, they're gonna stop fighting each other. They're gonna see Yahushua and the angels. In their minds, they're thinking they're fighting aliens. But they're gonna come to find out, no, it's the angels of the Lord and Lord Yahushua himself that popped up on the scene. Right? But they're gonna be so afraid that they're not gonna win a fight, but the Lord's gonna put a spear in them.
It's like it. Just goes again. Just give perspective. A standard Mount Everest expedition takes approximately 7 to 9 weeks.
What?
70 days total to reach the peak and return.
It's 3 months? That's crazy.
So the size of that mountain would take you 3 months to get up to the top and back. So imagine the chariot of Yahushua. That's just to gain perspective now. The chariot of Yahushua ain't nothing to be compared to that little Mount Everest. But that's just to show you how big a mountain could be. But in scale. You one little dot to that damn mountain.
And that's 9 weeks not stopping. I mean, I'm saying like in terms of like resting and then going back to it again, not like staying there.
Hey, that's something crazy. Testimony. When we went to California to see the Hollywood sign, it took us a couple of minutes, like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just hiking.
Crazy. Mountain range.
Yeah, man. Hard.
That was just the Hollywood sign. That's small, but like it takes a minute just to hike, especially in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
you know, when you walk to certain trails and parks, man,
Hawk Mountain.
you be like, God, this has been 3 hours. Because Pennsylvania is what's it called? It has a lot of erosion. It has like a lot of valleys, so it's like it's hard to get up here just by foot.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think a lot of the mountains in Pennsylvania are part of the Great Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It's like a big chain.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's like a lot of I don't know what it's called, but I call it the valley. But it's like a lot of landslides. Like you can actually see the whole Pennsylvania landscape if you're at a certain height.
It says,
Well, I got a preset now to follow that. This is Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked. Behold, a flying robe. Saw a great big chariot.
Yeah.
And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. It said that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Sheesh, that's not even clear to it. What he saw was not even, and that was a big chariot.
Yeah, yeah.
But he,
Right.
man, it was like, what, Ezekiel, a wheel within a wheel.
Right.
Some, you know, what Esau tries to illustrate it in different movies or TV shows, man. The shit, certain ships the size of the fucking earth and shit, man. Or bigger. What's in that new Independence Day? It was like bigger than the earth. The one, the most recent one. The ship, the main ship was bigger than the earth. It really blocked out the sun and shit. Damn.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Independence Day 2, I guess.
Yeah.
It's called resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah, resurgence, yep. That chariot that came, it literally moved the moon, so to speak.
Right. Well, even in the original one, you know, the ship was so big, you could see it throughout the entire, basically, city.
Yeah.
You know? It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth falsely shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
That's the MO of the devil, man.
Yep.
You know? He stealeth, killeth, destroyeth, he swears.
John 10 and 10.
You know? He's done all those things.
It says he's going to enter the house of the thief. It says the thief cometh not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Right? But that Yahushua has come that we might have life and have it more abundantly. And we certainly do through this truth.
That's right.
The truth will set us free, man. It says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief,
That's right.
and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
That's right. Fire and brimstone, man.
That's it. That's it.
Laser beams from the chariots, man, that concentrated fire. It's just going to add to the fuel that the Lord's already going to have with the thermonuclear missiles, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be terrifying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's going to be terrifyingly beautiful. We're really being very elect and we're looking down. You know, oh, you can imagine it, man, in your mind.
Right. So Zechariah saw it basically.
Yeah.
Second, Ezra saw it.
Ezra saw it. I saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a
Ezra's
confirmation. Yeah, it's just a confirmation that the prophets saw the destruction of this place, even if they didn't fully understand.
That's right.
They still saw the destruction was going to come by the way of fire from those celestial vehicles, Yahushua leading the charge.
Yep. If you go into this game, all the prophets seen it as some form of the same vision.
Yeah. Or different aspects of the same vision.
Yep.
You know, or a little bit of a different perspective of it.
You know,
But
this
it's the
angle,
same,
from that angle.
right? But it all ties together.
That's right. Oh shit! Damn.
Say that again. I didn't hear you. Oh, the harvest. Well, hey, that's the angels. Yeah. And that's who's gonna be in them chariots. How was I among them?
You watching, man? Come on, man.
Can't make it up.
Coming to that one.
It says the enemy that sowed them, Esau, is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels.
Woo! The reapers are harvesters.
Yes, right.
He's the one that actually does the reaps the harvest.
Yes, it.
That's the spirit, man. Y'all was shining the angels, man, popping up on the scene, and that starting with the head of the fathership, man.
Right.
In the charge, man. The
Yeah.
chariots coming behind. I'm thinking in my head like bird formation.
Right. Now, when you harvest, you do what? You gather the wheat and separate it from the tares.
It's going to be a separation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Revelation 14, verse 15. It says, another angel came out of the temple crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud. Thrust in thy sickle and reap.
There you go.
For the time is come.
Yeah.
It says,
But You know the trumpets?
Yeah.
The horns?
The horns, yeah.
The Lord come back with a shout. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yo.
The brother
That was-
from London was just going live, and he was speaking about the harps playing.
Damn.
And the car rolled past with the harps playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now we hear
With the horns.
That was the best song they played this entire time.
I was like, damn, we got real
Yes.
spirit.
Right. Yeah.
it says Revelation 14, verse 15. Another angel came out of the temple
That was hard.
crying with a loud
Of all the
voice.
things they play on
To
the
him that sat
little
on the
brief
cloud,
section.
Trust in thy
Going into
sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
The harvest of the earth is right. We in that season.
It's time to get what's his.
Yep.
At the time, it's time for him to rule on what was given to him. You know? The Lord's only be a part of the, the elect, the 144,000 that we're joint heirs with him, right? Right? Because he's coming. He said he's not going to lift a little finger. Nothing. He's just going to
Exodus 13, verse 9. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And all they were mixed, and all they were all mixed, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and all of them burned every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid.
He literally saw a company, you can imagine on some like, it's the Avengers Endgame. The company just roaring at him. And he's just looking at him, this one lady's being boom, all this fucking dust, man. Just, he didn't do nothing but shoot the laser and all this fucking dust.
Somebody
Like when Thanos snapped his finger, everybody just started
Started disappearing and shit.
Well, I got the precept to if I may, precept that thing. It's Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
Right.
Yep. Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
No more, because the Lord gonna remove them.
Yes.
You're removing the rulership of Esau, Edom. Okay? In the nations. Go ahead.
O daughter of the Chaldeans,
Uh-huh.
for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
No more, because the Lord gonna touch it.
Yep.
Okay? So your American military, they think that, hey, we're gonna protect our homeland, and you know how they be sounding.
Yeah.
the golden dome.
Right. We're gonna get a building done. Dude, it's over, man, because the Lord gonna touch his bad, his virgin.
Right.
Okay?
Take the millstones and grind meal
Uh-huh.
and uncover thy locks.
Yes?
Make bare the leg.
Yeah, the exposure, man.
Right.
The exposure of America and its crimes and such.
Now, when in the ancient world,
Oh,
when you would take a millstone and grind a meal, that was a rigorous process.
hell yeah.
So you'd have to take off some layers. You know?
Yeah, you kind of get ready.
Yeah.
You know? And then,
Hey,
you know,
even if you take like a mortar and pestle, you trying to grind something down to an actual
Pulverize.
powder.
Yeah.
That's a rigorous
Yeah, you
process,
like-
man. You gotta really get into that.
Yeah, you like that with the millstone. Yeah.
Yeah.
you like-
So they had to take the whole millstone. They had to get into it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh,
So it's
yeah, I see
akin.
a
So it's
picture of,
akin to basically being exposed.
And that's an art.
Yeah, it even says in the NLT, take heavy millstones and grind flour, remove your veil, and strip off your robe.
Yeah.
So that's what the Lord gonna do, is grinding the powder anyways.
Yeah.
That's also metaphoric.
Yeah, because it's like, who should not be utterly beaten to powder at my
Presence. There you go, there you go. It says, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Isn't that what the Lord been doing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, you see it.
The shame of Esau.
The Einstein files.
Yeah, the JEs.
You know? Yeah.
PDF. Even with the soldiers, man, we know it's Israel we're fighting
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
that's being exposed and such, right?
Yeah.
U.S. military don't want to fight no more. you know, for the interest of this state of Israel and such. Leaving the soldiers. All right?
Yeah, come.
And people don't want it either. Remember, hey, Trump did this without any congressional powers.
Yeah.
And they end up saying, hey, he can do it. Because he's your commander-in-chief.
And Jake on the internet, like, yo, Iran, it wasn't us, it was him.
Yes.
And people were like, you think Iran give a fuck about that?
Right.
They go bomb the fuck out this place.
Yeah, you definitely know they're setting up to do something major because remember just a couple of years ago, they were suppressing search results, information like crazy. Now every video was a goddamn conspiracy theory. It don't matter what platform you're on. You could be on any platform right now, and the majority of the content that's being pushed in that algorithm is conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory after conspiracy, which they're not theories. You know, people are even joking on the comment board. It's a great year for conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
You know?
conspiracy dancing and shit. Like, yeah, we told you.
They even had to throw the Kurt Cobain conspiracy out there and say, yeah, he was definitely murdered. This is 31 years later.
The emails.
Right? Which we already knew he was a sacrifice. Most of them artists do become sacrificed after a certain point. I already knew that. Years ago, there was an investigative journalist, two of them, by the name of Max Wallace and Ian Halpern. They went all into it. They went into the forensics of the case. And then not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, some private forensic investigators looked at the autopsy report and basically said, there's no way it needs to be real. But you know, these are also just distractions too. But Esau don't care. But that's really the Lord revealing.
He's letting the James Gunn.
But he just letting it come out. You know, all things.
Shameful spewing.
Shameful spewing. All the experimentation they've been doing on people. Everything coming out. The food. Shit that brother's been known for 15 plus years.
Like, oh,
We know that 20 years ago. Y'all just finding out about clone meat, gluten meat. Yes. Y'all, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Every nigga want a video. Every nigga gotta have a video of
On it. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, and that freaking whole Einstein Files thing goes deep. You know, people exposing how it's not obviously more than one island, it's several islands, and how it all ties into history that goes back years and years. You know,
it's really bigger than him, but they just use him as his name as the forefront.
Keep the attention on him. It's a misdirect. Even though he was a major player, it's still a misdirect. And that was all by design. That was all deliberate. That interview that was with it Steve Buchanan? Who was the interview? They only released that for more smoke and mirrors, whatever you want to say, misdirect, confusion. But really, that was a mock. That was a mock. He was training him on how to answer this question.
That's like leading.
Yeah.
Like leading questions.
Yeah, because what they're doing right now with exposing everything is that the one you said it goes into the rituals where they have to do so much wickedness in front of your face.
Shaming rituals.
Yeah. All these things in front of your face for them to gain some spiritual left-hand side power.
What's that? Epstein Files. It's in the USCongress.com. One of the biggest human traffickers in the U.S. Files is Disney. Walt Disney.
Right.
A lot of Walt Disney colors and symbols was like pedophilia.
Yep.
You go to a Disney ride and they had white. It represents Epstein's Island. So
I think it was the Steve Bannon. I said Steve Bannon. And basically all that was him. He was prepping Epstein for basically what was going to follow.
It gets dark when you read the files, man.
Say again?
I said when you go to the files, like they release it and once a month. And when you read it, hours after hours, this shit gets dark.
Yeah.
I never thought of it.
Right.
Places they
Yeah, Steve Bannon, you was right.
Yeah, Steve Bannon. And so basically, brothers already knew about the tunnels. They showed you that what a couple was it last year, a couple years ago?
Yeah, with
them fucking
yeah, small hats.
yeah.
That girl Carter, she was going into, I forget her first name, but she was going into going through the tunnels and shit. And I don't know.
Right, Aliyah? No, I forget her first name too. Start with an A, something.
Last name Carter, I forget the first
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that just recently. But remember, we seen that they had child toys and beds stained up and all that.
That was in New York, right?
In New York City.
Yeah.
Remember that shit got swept right under the rug. But they were basically that's showing you all that they have tunnels that lead to different places. We wonder how these kids be going missing. That's because they have everything. It's like an underground network.
Elevators, that one Jake that was in the elevator went down further than he thought, and it stopped. And instead of a floor, it was a door with a keypad.
Right.
It's directly not. We're talking about an elevator.
Right.
An elevator. There's no fucking hallway. As soon as the elevator opens, there's a door with a keypad right there. The fuck does that lead to?
Yep. And there's a lot of movies that went into that type of stuff. A lot of TV shows that went into that type of stuff. It's been also revealed that what was I gonna say? Yeah, a lot is coming out. So that's that nakedness being exposed, because that has to happen. The Lord is bringing upon you the different charges before you ultimately become destroyed.
That's evidence, bro.
That's the evidence. It says, right. Right, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. Right, wasn't it Iranian hackers that were threatening to release those files from DJ Trump underage as a form of retaliation? So let's see what's going to happen. It says, I will take vengeance, and that goes into he shall not, read that part again if you will, about the Shah, 2nd Ezra 13.
time.
He's going to lift up the hand.
It says, continuing on the 2nd Ezra 13 and 11. It says, you need to lift up hand, no else war.
Yeah. Dabaq
2nd
shut.
Ezra 13 verse 9.
That
Lo,
part.
he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
Right, because that is a representation of the type of power that the Lord is coming with. He ain't gonna use no physical, worldly instruments. It's gonna be all supernatural power, pure concentrated fire. And just the chariots themselves is gonna put people in a state of shock and panic. The Lord said, right, in the Gospels, that people's hearts were gonna fail them for fear. So just the presence of them chariots alone is going to cause people to drop dead.
Yeah. So there's power. Like I said, the presence of the angels itself themselves. We said that in the car when we put it up. The presence of one angel will make an individual drop down to their knees. You know. So how much more when the Lord pops up with the thousands and thousands of angels, right. And then our Lord Yahweh Shai himself, this is gonna be what's the term? This is gonna be a gravity on the earth that has never been before, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be a heavy situation, man.
Situation.
It says, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. Yeah, so you ain't gonna do to the Lord what you did to him almost 2,000 years ago. It's not gonna happen. The Lord is gonna get his retribution. He's gonna take that vengeance. The word vengeance means what? An amendment.
That's right.
A return for a wrongdoing.
That's right.
All right? Or for an injury. You've been injuring the Lord's people. You've been doing them wrong. And furthermore, you X'd out the Lord. Okay? You blasphemed. All right? His image. Right? So the Lord's going to take that vengeance. He's going to amend you. He's going to recompense you for the error of your way.
That's right. As you say, vengeance means evil done unto you for the evil that you've done. So the Lord's gonna bring evils.
Yeah, the word amend is to make right.
Yeah.
So he's gonna make it right by destroying your ass.
That's right.
That's how he's gonna make it right. Well, that's what the Lord said even in the law.
That's right.
That a land cannot be cleansed of the blood that was shed, but by them who shed it. It says, as for our Redeemer, right? The hopeful elect gonna be redeemed by Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
The Lord of hosts, which is Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Yeah. He stands to deliver the nation of Israel, but he's going to destroy 2/3. He's going to destroy this evil. Beginning with Esau evil.
So they're gonna try to. The Lord's gonna put a spirit on to fight against it. Like I said, I always think of that. The Avengers Endgame. They all came together.
Yep.
It looked like it's crazy in the spirit too. They looked like they was fighting in the valley.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And that movie, like I gotta go watch because I'm now thinking back in my mind. A great army. Thanos, which is supposed to be a representation of Yahweh Shai, had him. And if you brothers know the comics, Thanos and his army is called Thanos and the Builders.
Yes.
You know, that's his army is called the Builders. You know, and they're basically the angels and his men.
Right.
You know?
Right.
God-like beings.
Right. And those the different vehicles that they were riding in are actually chariots. There was a scene out. I think this was an Endgame or Infinity War. I'll get them two mixed up. What was the last one? The last one was Endgame.
The first one's Infinity War.
Well,
the one before it
was Infinity War.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Infinity not Infinity War.
Infinity War. Infinity
No,
War.
the
was part
Endgame.
one.
No, the first one was Endgame because I think Strange said we're in the Endgame now.
Yeah, in Infinity War, that's when they got the message that Thanos is coming, and they
Okay,
fought.
yeah.
Okay.
So the
So
second one
anyway,
is that's
the
that's
point that I
final
want to
battle.
make is there was a scene where they were in the midst of the battle, and Thanos turned around and yelled, "Rain fire!" And
Yeah, I remember
all
that.
that. You know,
the beams came down.
Yeah.
They did the same thing when they were doing what's also in
even though they depicted him as losing, it just goes to illustrate the point that it's actually going to rain fire.
Rain Fire. Because the same thing when they were trying to figure out the Hulk when he had it on the glove on his hand.
Right.
In that building, Thanos' chariot basically came and shot at the building.
Yeah.
And the building just fucking the whole area.
It disintegrated. Yeah, everything disintegrated.
I was like, oh shit. But that's gonna happen in these coming times, man.
Yeah. Well, that would be likened onto like an earthquake.
Yeah.
You know.
It was a beautiful thing because he saw the portal open up, basically the heavens open up, and the chariot, the laser beam locked and loaded and just fucking shot a straight beam of concentrated fire. You know, if you got hit by that, you fucking through, man.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's what we just read. Nothing was to be perceived, but what? Dust and smell of smoke.
That's right. Yeah.
What else we got?
You got the Hamilton?
Yeah, come on. But remember, World War III is going to be followed by the implementation and mandation of the seeding.
That's right.
So they're pushing for a global economic reset. That's what they're pushing towards. They want more destabilization so they can reset this the global economy and put in that digital okay? Control all things.
For the people to give multiple reasons for the people, because we just talked about that guy with the property of Allah shirt, national security, like you said, global reset. People are gonna have they're gonna be begging for a solution, and they're gonna bring the solution, order out of chaos.
Yeah.
You know, the solution is they're gonna be that the Kuragma, the RFID chip, man. You know.
Yeah, I was scrolling through Netflix, and when you know it, one of the first movies that popped up on my feed was that movie with Ethan Hawke, Julia Roberts.
I was trying to think of it.
Produced by the Obamas.
Oh,
Leave the World Behind.
Oh yeah, that's my shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was rewatching that. Remember, one of the things that they alluded to for the reason why the internet was down and there was an outage, which if you look in the very beginning credits, they were showing you subliminal visuals. There was one subliminal visual where they were showing you black crosses, and the black crosses turned into black swans. So there's going to be a black swan event. Remember the elder apostles all talked about this. But one thing that they alluded to, she saw it, a glimpse of it on the TV, but when he went to go drive into town, remember there was no GPS, well the scene where he steps out, the radio popped in real quick and said basically it was a result of enemy hackers.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, enemy hackers. Yeah.
And remember, they threatening that now. They setting people up. They already setting the work to put it in people's minds,
the conditioning.
to condition it for what's about to come. So, no, you're good. So expect that. Expect disruption in service, internet being down, the power grid might go out. You know, sleeper cells. Brothers already been talking about that.
Stay vigilant, man.
Yeah, and they already supposedly put out the bulletin. If they talking about releasing videos, what else will they be doing? Potentially. You know, go ahead.
Yeah, I said in the chat, like, you had a plane diverted in Atlanta over a supposed security matter. And somebody said that somebody was claiming it was a bomb in the plane already.
Right. Oh, as a matter of fact, when that tanker came up on shore called White Lion, when they were all being directed out from the beach, Ethan Hawke's character asked one of the officers or security men what was going on. He said it's been happening all over the coast.
All the boats are coming
Right.
out, you know, into the thing.
They said due to system failure.
And then also that right after that, the plane.
Right.
The plane crashed.
And remember, it's no coincidence that that whole Boeing company have been experiencing all them damn freaking crashes.
Remember this scene with the
You had one right here in Philly.
Yeah, literally up the road from me and a brother.
Right.
That was a mystery.
It's very strange, right? But remember, this stuff they've been setting up to basically prepare the people's minds for this stuff. Whatever reason they said it was for. Yeah, you know, mechanical failure they called it. What was really going on? Were they setting up to pull the trigger? Because we know that it's gonna be agent provocateurs out here doing this shit. They already been exposing that. If anything happens, it'll most likely be due as a result of Mossad agents. Israeli intelligence agents. So people are already up on it. So they have to do something. Remember, Revelation 12:12 says what? He gonna have to come down with great ass because they know they have a short time.
That's right.
And we want, hey, let's go.
I said they got that from Ezekiel 25.
For real? Yo! You gotta read that precept.
All right, brother. Yeah, how much?
Oh, that's good.
All right, what else do we got? You said Ezekiel, right? Oh no, Slack. Yeah, Habakkuk. Yeah.
Yeah, read that. Ezekiel,
All right, brothers. Get your last couple of precepts. About ready to wrap it up. To the spirit.
You had precept, Tazapah?
Yeah, well, Paco will say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
What they show you in the movies and what we see with us going on here, there is other stuff going on somewhere else too. Like, I have family that just came back from Central America. They went to El Salvador. They had an ID that when you became 18, you were able to get that ID. Nowadays, they're allowing teenagers to take that ID as long as your parents signed for it. So they're just getting everybody ready in different ways all over.
Yeah,
That's what we see here.
Right, getting them conditioned for the B system.
Now they're able to get that ID that you could only get when you become 18.
Wow. Beforehand.
Yeah,
Okay.
as a minor.
Yeah, damn.
So that's another step.
Yeah, because everybody gonna be in this system. Yeah, everybody gonna be a part of the system. I mean, that's a big thing right now. You know, with these deportations. You know, that's a reason for them right there.
Yeah, they got
To digital ID, aka the CHIP. Because how are they going to properly identify you? Remember, a lot of Americans are getting mixed up in this. People that have credentials, but then they're not acknowledging those credentials. They're still putting them in holding cells and everything. I just found out from my dad last night that in his small little town, they bought up a warehouse and they converted that into a deportation center or a holding cell for immigrants.
Yeah, what we've been saying in the spirit was
They bought that shit up.
Project King African.
Yeah. I'm like, damn. I said, damn, that's local as hell.
Yeah, and the thing about that.
And that's country as fuck up there, by the way. That's where you
don't want to be.
You know, a lot of Simeon, like a lot of tribes moved up that way. You know, but you
Levittown and all that.
yeah, that's the type of shit where you drive in and all you see is farms.
Yeah.
You know, you basically feel lost.
Yeah, you like
out there.
Should I be here?
Exactly. But you got a lot of Ephraim, Simeon, up in that way. You got a lot of tribes that
They
got out
moved to
that way.
Allentown or
Yeah.
the
Hazleton, Allentown, Reading,
It's a strategic location.
Lebanon.
Yeah.
Got Lebanon too. A lot of Ephraim up there in Lebanon. You know, they took over.
That was the whole point of it too. So there come a time, man.
And a lot of them are up in them warehouses. A lot of the work that's out there is mainly warehousing.
Yeah,
So
warehouse
it's all, a lot of them areas, they like choose prime locations to create industrial parks. So you got all your industrial parks out there. A lot of the companies serve the different East Coast, South, come out of that region up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I bring a precept out?
Go
The
ahead.
brother was speaking about a registry. And it's Luke 2 verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. When you go into that word tax, there's epigrapho. It says to enter in a register of records, to enter in public records the names of men, their property and income. And this day and time, that public records that the men gonna have to enter into is the chip.
Yep.
There's nothing new under the sun. It's Rome all over again.
Database.
You're gonna have to enter into that registry by putting that chip in your right hand on your forehead.
Yeah. That's right.
They don't want them buying paper. They don't want them birth certificates. They don't want the social security card, man. They want a C-HIP, man.
Right, because they want to garner more control, and that C-HIP gives them ultimate and total control. You lose autonomy, all right, with the C-HIP. With cash, you know, your purchases can't, they can't be tracked as easily.
I'm going that store, get that money.
Right, and it's remember they using technology to program people, to influence people. But if they don't know what you're buying, then they don't know how to influence you. They don't know how to infiltrate your psyche.
Yeah.
That's why on every app they actually you want your data track for the
Right.
companies to tailor to you.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people just say, fuck it, yeah.
Right, and that's why a lot of these apps require your microphone to be turned on because they want to advertise to you. But why do they want to advertise to you? They want to advertise to you because they want to literally get inside your head. They want to control you. They want to influence you. And it all goes back to sinister control. You know? Something more sinister. It's not just, they want you talk about fucking Nike shoes now. They pushing you just to buy the damn shoe. They want to be like the Mosai and program your thoughts. It's all about programming.
Even now, when you go for utilities, they're asking for your driver's license. So everything is getting connected.
Yeah.
Even to get disconnected, you gotta give them your license. It's all getting connected.
You said for what else?
To hook up utilities.
Yeah.
Home, even to get them disconnected, you gotta give them your license.
Yeah.
It's not like before where you were able to fax your ID and or asking your social over the phone.
Yeah.
They want your driver's license.
Yeah, I had to
It's
go.
all getting connected.
Yeah, I had to go physically to when I did it. So Pico, this at Pico. It's excellent. Yeah, I had to go and show them it, cause when they put in the Social Security and all that, I was a ghost. I ain't got no credit. You know what I mean? So they went in.
Yeah, it's crazy. You gotta even authenticate yourself
Who you is.
just to pay a damn bill.
Yeah, exactly. Yup. Yeah, they want to make sure.
What's that credit score?
Oh, that's mine. This car.
So-
Yeah.
All right, what precepts do we have on deck?
He got the no, Ezekiel. He's gonna bring that Ezekiel 25. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can use school.
This is Habakkuk chapter 3 and 2. you go to verse 3, it says, the Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. Verse 4, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand.
Yeah, that's the laser beams. All right, and you look up horn in that verse. It's gonna go to what raise of light. You know, a concentrated fire. Is it Quran? What's that word?
It's Quran.
Yeah, Quran.
Like you said,
Yeah.
horns, figuratively, it says of rays of light.
Yeah, rays of light. Like you thinking about that concentrated laser beam is gonna be burning people to powder. All right, it's gonna be that destructive ash or that fire. All right, that's gonna be destroying people along with the nuclear missiles. All right, that's Lord technology.
Yep.
Continue forward.
Yeah, kind of. The Lord also said, I think, first and second Thessalonians, he said, destroy them with the brightness of his coming.
Yep.
You know, referring to our shopping with that.
Yep.
The trains.
None. Yep.
It
And
said,
that was going with his precept too. Precept he had brought out earlier. Remember you brought out that precept earlier?
in Psalms 10.
Yeah, just go with it. Yep. Have a good. Yeah, continue. Yep.
Verse 4, and it says, and his brightness was as the light, and he had horns coming out of his hand, and there was a hiding of his power.
Keep going.
That's kind. It says, verse 5, before him went the pestilence,
Yep.
and burning coals went forth at his feet.
Yeah. That's that destruction. That destruction power. Hey, keep going.
Yep. He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations.
Yeah, man. So the Lord gonna be destroying these nations. All right, as we was reading, going back with Second Ezra, what's that? 13.
Yep, 13.
13 chapter. When they go and fight them. All right. Also with Revelation the 12th chapter with the angels in heaven. Okay.
Right. Zechariah 5. This is the
Zechariah.
curse that goes forth over the face of the
Yeah,
whole earth.
That's a pestilence. Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the thing of it is the word curse can be likened unto a plague.
Yes. Yes.
And when you go into the book of Zechariah, the 14th chapter, it tells you what that plague is. That their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Yep.
Start off with that, yeah.
Yeah. So what's going to be able to do that? ICBM nuclear missiles, but also the pure concentrated fire. That's what's going to cause these people to be turned into dust or powder. Literally.
As they stand on their feet.
I got one real quick. It's Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger, with fury in his rebukes with flames of fire. That's that pure fire we're talking about right now. In conjunction with the chariots, because it's simultaneous. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord bleed with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Can't make it up, bro.
Movies. Nice.
That's how it's going to go down.
Nice.
This is Micah 4:1. I'm sorry. This is Malachi.
And we brought that out in the beginning of the camp.
Oh, y'all brought that out
Yeah.
too?
Yep.
2 times the charm.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have more.
Are you still? Is it more on what you read?
Yeah,
hold on one second. Slide. Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubbled. And the day that cometh shall burn them up. Saith Yahalba Shai of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Again, that's all the fire that we're going into right now. All right, the laser beams, concentrated fire from the chariots, the ICBM nuclear missiles. That's how this place is going to go out. Okay, that's that second death. Got one more real quick. This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. So that's you Israelites. You're supposed to gather together before that great day of judgment comes upon this wicked world for punishment. Why? Because there's mercy if you repent. If you come to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you come to know your power, fear him, repent, right? How shall a young man cleanse his way? Right? You got to get into this word, man. Pray to the Heavenly Father for the sake of salvation and for mercy. You know, begin with knowing that you're Israelite, knowing the names of your power, that his name, the Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, his only begotten Son's name is Yahushua, right? Which Yahweh means he to be or he exists, or he is, right? Yah is he, or what means exist. Yahushua means what? He's the deliverer, he saves.
Savior.
Okay? So it says, gather yourselves together, yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. Remember, we are basically outcasts, no matter where we are. We're nothing but a byword and a proverb amongst the nations. You know, we're looked down upon, no matter how much we contribute, you know, no matter our efforts. That's how we're looked at. All right? So where are we desired? The Heavenly Father. Because we're his people. That's where we belong. We don't belong mixing ourselves with these heathen nations, assimilating ourselves into Esau's culture or society or way. You know? His way will destroy us. And he only wants you to lean onto him so he can destroy you anyway. He takes great joy in your destruction. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. That great day that's going to burn as chaff is what? That World War III, right? When the chip is made mandatory, then Yahushua is going to return soon after. Missiles are going to be launched, and Yahushua is going to return simultaneously and burn this place up with pure concentrated fire.
That man so mad that he's so red, he probably eat him.
Red is his temper.
Man, like, they really see it in reality. I mean, the games of bread and circus is over. You have to live the reality. What you have sold, you will actually reap. Okay? So the best thing for all the Edomites to do is to enjoy the last seconds of your rulership. Max out the credit cards. Yo, take all the equity out of your houses.
Right.
All right? Yo, go leave this country because America is about to be destroyed.
Go
Okay?
get yourself an IRA. Go
IRA.
Go borrow against your life insurance.
You know,
Go
take out all of that. You know what I mean?
Get a second mortgage on your home if you have to.
You know, get out of there, man. He like, damn, yo.
Go to Disney World.
You know about it, man. Go to Disney World. Go to Sweden. And man, go to Greenland. Trump gonna take it. Man.
Go take that vacation you've been meaning to take.
Yeah, man.
Go take off of work. 'Cause that's all y'all look forward to is taking off of fucking work and doing nothing anyway.
Yeah, you don't even.
That's all y'all look forward to. Y'all know nothing about life, man.
Yeah. You don't even come to work. You got other Jake doing your position.
Right.
He ain't getting paid. He ain't got your title, but he locked it up.
Now I got that Hebrew word for chaff,
Okay.
which I believe is mawat.
Okay, yeah. Mawatazah.
Right. Squeezer, extortioner, oppressor. And that's the destruction.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah. Squeezer, man, trying to get everything out of Jake.
Remember, it's like this place is likened onto a great sacrifice.
Yes.
Now I got the dictionary definition as well. Chaff, the husks of corn or other seeds separated by winnowing or threshing. So winnowing is almost like fanning. Remember it said about the talk about yeah. That's it. So we read about the angels, right, gathering the harvest, right? So you separate the precious grain from the chaff. The chaff is the unwanted. You know? Seed separated by winnowing or threshing. So the Lord is going to thresh you. Yep.
Okay.
Similar words is waste, garbage. Oh wow, I didn't know this. Wow, this is spiritual. Whoa. Strips of metal or foil or metal filings released in the atmosphere from aircraft or deployed as missiles.
Okay.
That's under chaff definition, bro.
Damn.
Whoa. Wow. Good. And I ain't making it up. I don't know if we can get it on camera. I wasn't expecting that. Strips of metal, foil, or metal filings released in the atmosphere from aircraft or deployed as missiles to obstruct radar detection or confuse radar tracking missiles. That's powerful, man.
Yeah, you know, the Lord will destroy all that. Man, the Lord, what he said, never shall break their rank.
Yep.
It's a fall upon the sword.
Yeah.
Should not be wounded.
Yeah, so, you know, the Lord, the precepts, you know, he gives you all the different scenes of the movie, of the destruction, and how the angels that with the dragon, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, that's all I had, brother.
Yeah.
For that.
It's funny because you see, that's up with what you just said about the last one.
Come on.
This is Habakkuk 3 and 11. The sun and moon stood still in their habitations. At the light of thy arrows they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear. Thou didst march through the land in indignation.
Yep.
Thou didst thrash the heathen in anger.
Right. Yeah, that's the Lord's fury, you know, right there. That epic fury, bringing forth that abundance of that destruction, man, that nuclear destruction. Yeah, man. It's nice too. I like how it sounds. You know what I mean? That just say talk to me nice, that the Lord talking. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Thou didst march through the land of indignation. Thou didst thrash the heathen in anger. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people.
Yeah, because remember, the Lord got a controversy. All right, for what? All of the different atrocities against his people. So now the Lord bringing the nuclear missiles, bringing the destruction. Okay. It's that payback that for that vengeance, man. For them injuries and wrongs that's been done. You know? Go ahead.
It says, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people.
Yeah. Yeah, don't Joel, third chapter, don't it start at the top with that? Go get Joel 1 real quick, too. Real quick. Joel 1, I think it start like that. You know, with the whole battle and the war and all that, right? Somebody read that ASAP. All right. Joel 3, is it?
The brother sent that at 144.
Yeah, go ahead.
Joel 3 verse 1.
Behold, right.
I'm just noticing he sent it at 144.
It says, in those days, and in that time,
144,000
when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Okay.
It says, verse 2, but I will also gather all nations.
Right, the Lord gathering all nations. Continue.
And will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh-Shabbat.
Right, the valley of Yahweh-Shabbat. All right, over there in the Middle East, where the bubbles gonna be like nuclear missiles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 200 million.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be lovely, man. We gonna love it. They hit them too. They all bubbles hit them with missiles. You know? We loving it, man. Keep going.
It says,
Yeah, it said bring again our captivity. Why? Because this is our last captivity. The Lord is the scriptures talk about Lamentations 4:22. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
Yeah.
Right? Because as we, the whole thing is the Lord is calling all the nations into judgment for what? For the sake of his holy name, for prophecy, but what falls also into that? For the sake of his people. It says he was going to avenge the blood of his people.
Yeah.
So as this destruction is coming upon this place, we are being relieved of the curses, right? That's part of the salvation, is that ultimate healing. Well, once this man is destroyed, we're not going into captivity. This is the last captivity. So we are being liberated through the destruction of our enemies. The only ones that are going to be saved is the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the multitude. Okay, which are Israelites, the believers, and the family of the hopeful elect. All right, or of the elect. Go ahead.
It says, it will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and departed my land.
Yeah. Yeah, and they parted, of course, what? Israel. You know? With the Palestinians. And yeah, with Ishmael and with the tiny tops, all right, which they Edomites, okay? So the Lord gonna bring everything together in judgment. Okay, that's what everything comes down to. The Lord judgment. Yahweh Mashaphat. All right?
Can I read it in the NLT?
Yeah.
Joel 3 verse 2 in the NLT. It said, I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat.
Yeah.
Here I will judge them for harming my people.
There you go.
My special possession,
Yep.
for scattering my people among the nations and for dividing up my land.
Yeah, the Lord said that if the time shouldn't be shortened, no flesh shall be saved. This man literally is set on ruling forever. But you know what that means? If he were to rule forever, he would wipe out the nation of Israel entirely. The idea of keeping humanity under 500 million, you know what that means? Wiping out the nation of Israel completely, where only his people are really around. And maybe some of the nations. You know, before they tore them down them Georgia Guidestones, that's one of their basically secret laws.
Yeah.
Or let's say one of their desires.
It's so clear. Everything's fitting free.
Because remember, the main adversary for us is Esau. Well, we're their main adversary. Remember, enmity between thee and the woman, the serpent and the woman, goes all the way back to the garden. And the Lord created it that way. You know, Jacob first held the hand of Esau. What shall be the beginning of the first, right? And an event that follows. Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follows. So Esau is just desperately trying to continue to rule the earth, but it's not destined for him to do so. That inheritance is only given to the nation of Israel, amongst many other wonderful and glorious things as joint heirs. Because who is the world and everything in it? Yeah, who was really all given to? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai was given all of this. The galaxies, the worlds, the earth, the dominions. Exactly. It's all given to Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai is going to gracefully share it with his beloved.
Can I read verse 3 in the NLT?
Yes.
Joel 3 verse 3. They threw dice to decide which of my people would be their slaves.
Wow.
They traded boys to obtain prostitutes. So girls.
Yeah, like casting lots. You know, putting us basically on. Yeah, but also auctioning blocks. You know. You know, bartering.
Yeah,
We
man.
basically we're property. You know, who could offer the best? You know. Yeah.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, the stock market, Wall Street.
Yep.
I might need that
They
back.
said they traded
The
boys
Barry
to
Gray
obtain
go.
prostitutes and sold girls for enough wine to get drunk.
Oh, yeah.
It just said low battery. I
We'll
don't
be
want
good. We only got the most trouble on
to.
this.
Sure. All right. Don't worry about it.
Finish this off. It's Habakkuk 3:13. It says,
Yeah. So you got to pay for that. You got all what we just read, Shalaki, because nobody spoke on it.
Yeah.
You got to pay for that.
Say render double into them.
Yeah. And like the brother said, you got to go into the history. Because those are things that actually happened. And then when we did become their property, they treated us horrifically and horrendously. You know? Having sex with the boys, chopping off their rod, putting it in jars like trophies. It's all types of wicked ass shit that they were doing. Like you go into the movies like Drum, right? And that basically shows you that Frenchmen wanted to do what they call breakbuck. They wanted to, you know, pop them in the behind, right? They made us fight each other, man. Dingoes.
Yeah, man. We will fight.
We got 12 years of slavery. Out so many movies, man.
They use this as furniture. Eric, I said that's furniture.
Yeah, clothing, belts.
Yep. They literally,
teeth.
oh,
Take
yeah.
teeth.
I was just seeing the brothers in Dallas, they were going over that. That damn devil,
Yeah,
Washington,
yeah.
had the
Bitch
one
ass
dentist
nigga,
don't
yeah.
use slave teeth.
Yeah.
Right?
You know how they teeth be. Edomite teeth be fucked up.
Terrible.
I think it was Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
He used horse's bridle reins. His horse's bridle reins is actually the skin of Native American Indians.
Dang.
Yeah, well, he was known as the Indian killer, right? Yep.
Dang.
And they doing that today. All that crazy shit that came out in them files showed that they take flesh and create fucking shrines with that shit. That's part of that video that chick, the Jake. She went into that.
Something called
Where she saw basically they had places of worship, and the item that they had as worship was made of human flesh, arms, skin. Sick fuck. Yeah, man. So they were doing that back then too. Esau got a lot to pay for.
Yeah, Epstein Island not new to us at all.
No.
They've always been doing
Right. Yep. And that's, remember, this is scratching the surface, brothers. This shit, the wickedness runs deep.
You'll learn it, King.
Can I get this one to go with y'all? What y'all bring up? Yeah, because Esau is the biggest terrorist on this earth.
Yeah,
That's
How
right.
he tortured Yahweh Shah. It says,
Oh yeah.
Isaiah chapter 52, verse 13, it says, Behold, my servant shall do it prudently. He shall be exalted in the stall and be very high. It says, as many were astonished at thee, his visage was so marred more than any man, his form more than the sons of men. So what they did to Yahweh Shah, he was the most marred. His body is the worst condition that any man on this earth ever been, that we ever saw.
Yep.
What they done to him.
Yep. And remember, then after all that he suffered when he was up on the cross, who was it that put the spears in his side? That's it. That's why I think we read earlier,
You know, it's the first day.
that's it. Because that's the Lord specifically coming back for them, too. They here somewhere. They one of these top Edomite,
Somebody.
yeah, either in the army or serving somewhere. They up there somewhere, higher up.
Can I finish this last verse up?
Yeah.
So it says, so shall he sprinkle many nations. The king shall shut their mouths at him. For that which he had been told them shall they see. And that which they had not heard shall they consider. And he returns and put that whip on their head.
Yep. The slain of the Lord shall be many. Take it away, brother.
This is Habakkuk chapter 3 and 13. It says, Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, which it says, even for the salvation for thy anointed.
Yeah, they're like.
Thou woundest the head of the house of the wicked. Who could that be? Who is it?
Right? Esau, Edom, the border of wickedness.
When I got hired, she got the fuck out.
It says, by discovering the foundation unto the neck, Salah, thou didst strike through with his staffs the head of his villages. Thou came out as a whirlwind to scatter me, and their rejoicings was as to devour the poor secret. Into that shit, really. Basically, they destroy the secret, public,
Hey, as the scripture say, watch, be sober, be vigilant. No, we've been living in different times, but we are most definitely in a different time period. So be on your guard and your watch at all times. Stay prayed up, as others say. Make sure you're anointing yourselves. Say the anointed prayer, right? Pray always. Continue to show appreciation and gratitude for what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Kadash has done for us. All right? And pray for one another. And our Lord's will, we'll be delivered out of here very soon. Lord's will we endure. Yahweh Ratazah. So we hope you're edified. This lesson, we're going to say, playing out the down to face the east. We're going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. We're going to give double honors unto our elders and apostles, the great Muslim who rule well. And the hearty, sincere shalom to all the hopeful elect. Until next time, shalom.
Shalom.